as we roll along through this pregame show, but certainly this matchup is one of those you have to reverse the split.
Oh, it is, and with Nashua being 500, the more games they continue to win, obviously the better they're going to get, but the more games they continue to win against Norwich, it helps them and hurts us. That's the big thing right now is who can you compete against in the standings. Worcester's not playing well. They beat Worcester up pretty good. Lowell's playing a lot better. They're now even in the win column. It's just the half games that Lowell has played more of. That's just keeping them behind. It's about beating the teams that are really going to compete with you. Obviously, Vermont and New Britain are pretty much at the top of the table, and they're going to be up there at least for the next couple of weeks. It's about beating the teams in front of you, but also the teams that are right next to you in the standings as well.
Yeah, this is going to be an important stretch. Let's go back to last night, though. A deeper look inside the numbers, and hitting with men in scoring position, certainly a struggle for Norwich, and really the difference last night.
It was a huge difference. 2 for 11 is never a number you're looking for, but at the same time, it's positive that there were 11 men in scoring position. You had 11 opportunities to get that done. You have to take the positive at this point of the year because there's no point in treading on the past.
The other is bases loaded opportunities. Struck out 3 times in that situation. Have to put the ball in play.
You have to put the ball in play, and you have to find a way to get to that point with less than 2 outs. It happened once last night where there were less than 2 outs and the bases loaded. The 2 other times there were 2 outs. You only give yourself 1 chance, and there's a 70% chance, more often than not, that you're going to get out in that situation. This team is putting the pieces together, which is really cool to see. It's just about putting the right pieces together at the right times.
Felt like there's a lot of pressure put on the Lowell pitching staff when you load the bases. You're going to force opposing teams to throw a lot of pitches to you. I thought the at-bats were a lot better, especially the one with John Bureau at the plate, where he worked himself a walk-on. You described it as maybe his best at-bat of the summer. How do you build on some of those things? But more importantly, the approach to the plate when you do get men in those spots.
Well, I think to tackle the first part of your question, it's you have to communicate with other guys what is happening. I feel like that doesn't happen very often here in this league. It's a developmental one, but you see it in the big leagues all the time. Guys are communicating if they get out or even if they're on base. Oh, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing this. You see it a lot more now with the remote system of calling pitches. Any tendencies that they see from pitchers, right? You see it on second base all the time. People are signaling into the batter. We don't do that a lot. It's a little harder here with the less technology, of course, but some version of that needs to be done and communicated. And the second part is you just have to have more of a complete approach. I know we harp on that all the time, but this is a developmental league. You have to find a way to have a good approach every single time, even if you get out.
Seemed like last night the Spinners pitching staff had their strikeout pitch working for them. 10 punch-outs, and they came in big moments.
Yeah, they came in big moments, but it wasn't the pitches you're expecting, those big fastballs out of the bullpen or from the starter Smoller yesterday. It was the curveballs, the sliders, and that shows me that pitches are just not being picked up. Now you have to see it and hit it. Again, you can't hit it without seeing it.
No doubt about that. How about we take a look now at our updated Futures League standings. We head into game number 40. Not sure if you can believe it. This season is flying right along, and our Futures League standings starting to take a little more shape.
They are taking a little more shape, and as I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, the top is pretty much decided with New Britain and Vermont up there. Vermont is a mile away, it feels like, at this point with the mess at the bottom of the table, but there's only a game and a half that separates 4 and 5, and that's a big and encouraging sign for Norwich. And the other part of it is Lowell has been really good, and it's a team that we really struggle against. Just 1 win on the summer against them, and a team that's playing exceptionally well. And this Norwich team can't lose games because all it does, and Lowell doesn't even have to play, and they already gain games.
Yeah, absolutely. They've played the most games in the Futures League. They didn't match Norwich's win total last night, and they've been very good against the Sea Unicorns. That's where head-to-head matchups really become magnified down the stretch. The winning streak did come to an end last night for Vermont. They were defeated by the second-place New Britain Bees. I'm not sure that loss is going to stop their momentum and the huge lead that they have built. But what does a win like that do for a team like the Bees?
Well, the Bees have been great all year. It's probably one of the surprise teams of the Futures League this year, and a win like that for them just gives them the confidence to compete with a team like Vermont. Vermont, of course, is at the top of the standings, and they're viewed as this big team. They had a lot of draft picks this year. They had 2 from 2024, and then 1 this year, Caden McCarthy, that big right-hander who throws in the mid-90s. It's an intimidating feeling. But at the same time, when you lose Caden McCarthy, it's a whole different identity in that bullpen. It was expected that they were going to lose him, but nonetheless, New Britain has this newfound confidence. However, Vermont is a team we see later this week on Thursday and Friday night. It's going to have to be something where you have to beat Nashua tonight. You got to go on the road to beat Lowell tomorrow, and then you have a huge battle Thursday and Friday night.
It does feel like if there is a time to strike, it is right now for Norwich. The team they are chasing, the Worcester Bravehearts, have now lost 6 in a row.
Well, you have to take advantage, and the more both teams lose, it doesn't help, right? Worcester
Cancels each other out.
It does, and the big thing is Worcester is not going to lose that much down the stretch here. If you look at their backside of the schedule, there is some top part of that, but they've played a lot of Vermont already. They've seen New Britain a few times already. It's going to be WestField that they're going to see a lot. It's going to see Lowell, and teams that they've done really well against so far this year. The schedule is in the favor of Worcester to maintain that, and Norwich has to take advantage while they still can.
Well, let's talk about Norwich trying to take advantage. You did mention those matchups. So let's get that upcoming schedule on your screen. Heading into the All-Star break, and boy, what a gauntlet it is for the Sea Unicorns. A couple more matchups against the Lowell Spinners this week, 2 against Vermont. Tonight they see the Silver Knights, and oh yeah, on Sunday it is the WestField Starfires.
Yeah, the next 4 games are against teams that are either at the top of the standings or teams that Norwich has struggled against all year. Tonight is Nashua, a team they haven't beaten. Tomorrow is Lowell in Lowell Park, one of the hardest places to play outside of Vermont in the Futures League. And you see Vermont, who you've been actually pretty successful against. The last series they played here, they took 2 out of 3, which is great for this organization. However, Vermont was not this hot. They were not winning 9 out of 10 games or 10 out of 11. They were finding ways to beat themselves, essentially. Now they're rolling. And then on Saturday, you see Lowell again, a team that continues to roll, right?
Yes.
And then Westfield's on Sunday, and that's a game you got to take, right? Westfield has struggled throughout the year, but they also haven't played as many games as most of the opponents. So you have Lowell on one side of the coin, who has played the most games in the Futures League, and Westfield, who has played the least.
You said it. It is a mess right now in the Futures League standings, and it'll all sort itself out over the course of the week. Certainly a big stretch going into that All-Star break. You want to move yourself as close to 500 as possible.
You do, and you can't be more than 5 games back in the All-Star break. That's the big number right now. Can you stay, within 5 games of the 4th place spot? It's feasible. It's a game and a half right now. However, you lose 3 or 4 more games this week, and that's completely blown out of proportion. Worcester's not going to lose out this week. It's just not going to happen. Norwich has to take 3 probably to stay in contention for that 4th place, and we've talked about it a couple times. This week is make or break.
No doubt about that. Game by game, the Sea Unicorns trying to go. How about we go draft pick by draft pick? Some exciting news to share. Former Sea Unicorns were taken in the 10th round of the Major League Baseball draft this past weekend. An exciting time for the organization. Matt Bucciero and Andrew Gaines both swept up in that 10th round. Bucciero taken by Chicago, the White Sox, and Andrew Gaines to the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah, really fun. Matt Bucciero is a former alumni of the university I had sent Fairfield, and he was great all year. He's the former MAC Player of the Year, now known as the Metro Conference, being able to hit the ball over the place. Plays a little bit of first base. He plays a little bit of outfield. That Chicago system's really good. It's very, very young. It's been like that for the last few years. It's going to be a grind to get up there, but once Matt reaches the show, which is going to happen here in the next few years, mark my words, he's going to be really fun to watch.
Yeah, he was a part of that 2023 Sea Unicorns first ever championship team. Then fast forward the following year in 2024, Andrew Gaines, the big right-hander, 6 feet 5 inches, 230 pounds. Boy, can he sling the rock. Plus stuff on his fastball. Was not on many draft boards. Maybe the steal of the draft.
It could be the steal of the draft as well. San Diego does a great job of developing pitchers, whether that be Blake
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, that is. They do even a better job, actually. I apologize. Adrian Hauser, Jacob Mizorowski, just guys that have been absolute horses in the Major League Baseball over the last few years, especially Mizorowski. He's going to get the ball in the All-Star game here tonight. Yeah,
no doubt about that. And boy, did he bring it. He was so much fun to watch. Norwich portal hopped a little bit in his collegiate journey, beginning at Iona, then to Pitt this past season at St. Joseph's. But if there is a will, there's certainly a way. And he has that MLB frame, 6'5", and he's really filled it out.
He has filled it out, and in my opinion, it doesn't really matter where you play in college. A lot of guys get drafted out of high school, so that's usually, in most situations, a better league anyway. So it doesn't matter if you play D3, D2, D1. It doesn't matter. Gaines jumped around all over the place. However, he's going to be a real horse in the MLB at some point.
How about guys coming out of high school? We had one ourselves right here in Norwich. Aiden Cochran, a free agent signing by those San Diego Padres. You like the way they develop their pitchers.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, think about it. It's Nelson Lamet, Blake Snell. Not guys that were developed. However, Walker Buehler's revolutionized his career this year. Just guys that you think about all the time. Mason Miller's a great example, right? He came over from Oakland. However, he got even better at San Diego. starts at the top of the MLB level and it goes all the way through the farm system. It's a great situation for Aiden Cochran.
How about what he did here? Get those highlights going. Are you kidding me? Mid-90s on the fastball, 92 to 94, and he is only 18 years of age. Local kid, attended East Lyme High School out of Nashua, Connecticut. A commit to UConn. They won't get their guy because he is scooped up by the San Diego Padres. It was so much fun here in Norwich.
Oh, it's really fun. That fastball is so fun to watch, and he just strikes out guys left and right. I'm not surprised that he is scooped up by the Padres. It's a great organization for him, but it was really cool to see that, especially this year when you have a guy come through your system that gets drafted a week later. He only played 3 games here. He was here for a little while. Then you find himself in the big leagues. What a difference 2 weeks can make.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Certainly an exciting time. We will take our first time out on the Capital Property Group pregame show. On the other side, we're going to stay on the mound, talk a little Matt Tabbitt. It's up right after this. Sea Unicorn fans, want to watch the Sea Unicorns like a VIP? Book a Dodd Stadium luxury suite, perfect for business outings, birthdays, or a night out with friends. Enjoy indoor and outdoor seating, a flat screen TV, your own private server, and the option to pre-order from our catering menu, all while catching every pitch in comfort. Order your luxury suite today for just $500 for up to 20 guests, or go big with a double suite for $900 and bring 40. Don't miss out. Call now, 860-887-7962, and reserve your suite today.
If you own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partnership.
We're rolling right along. Capital Property Group pregame show. Adam Flager, Logan Rundy with you as always. I'm feeling good. I don't know about you. I'm feeling a win on a Tuesday night. But how about Matt Tabbitt? Certainly gave Norwich a chance to earn the win.
Yeah, he really did. He pitched well. The only run that was accrued during the game was not his fault. It was on a Kenny Noe pop-up in the outfield. Difficult play. I really thought he demanded the strike zone. The strikeouts were a little bit higher than they usually are, but more importantly, the ball was in play. We talked about that in yesterday's pregame show. Can Matt Tabbitt get back into finding a way to pitch to his style, which is getting ground balls, pop-ups, weak contact? There were 3 innings that he pitched out of the 5. First pitch outs. It's exactly what you need to have success.
Yeah, we got those highlights rolling right now on your screen. They did turn that double play. I thought that was a huge moment for him. And when you see the defense make a play like that, boy, you just take the deep breath, and you know they're going to make the plays for you.
Yeah, it wasn't really a difficult play. Park went over to O'Neill at second base and on to Jack Treat at first. Traditional, and that's what it is. The ball wasn't hit hard most of the night, a couple of times, obviously, but there was no damage done, and that's the big thing. How can this pitching staff continue to build? Matt Tabbitt, being a leader on this group, did a great job of setting the tone for the week.
How about 5 first pitch outs?
Yeah, it was awesome, right, to see that. And a lot of it was weak contact. A couple of them were out to the outfield and were caught by the outfielders. However, a few pop-ups were mixed in there as well. That's exactly what you want to see as a pitcher. That means the hitter has essentially no idea what's happening, or they're just getting underneath things. I'd way rather have somebody as a pitcher get underneath something in the box than over it.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Maybe one of his best outings of the summer, but that is the Matt Tabbitt we were hoping to see, and he delivered. 5 innings of 1-run baseball out, just the 4 hits along the way. Only 1 walk, and that's so important for him. Walk rate down, strikeout rate down too, but that's okay. He's not going to blow guys away. A lot of soft contact.
A lot of soft contact, but again, you mentioned the walks, and that's going to be big for this group. The bullpen did that too much yesterday, walking guys and giving opportunities. It was only a handful, but it was enough to make some damage, and you saw it.
Produced both their runs.
It did. I mean, 2 sacrifice flies. Lowell, 2 out of the 3 runs were not even hits. Nope. The one was unearned, was a hit into left field that came around and scored, but you really put yourself in a bad position if Lowell was able to score without hitting the baseball.
Yeah, here's the one stat you don't like. All 3 of their walks scored their runs last night.
Yeah, you don't like that at all, of course. And leading off innings to walk, it happened once last night. Ended up coming around to score with 2 outs in the inning. With only 1 out in the inning. And just finding ways to win. That's what Lowell does really well. And they're a great offensive team, but the pitching staff is essentially nothing special. They've had our number, but if you look around their ERA, it's not great. If you look around kind of the hard hit ball rate, it's not great. but we just didn't do it in the right spots. You saw it. We had double-digit hits last night. We just couldn't convert them at the right times.
Speaking of breaking down the ball game, no one better than Zach Gitcher. It's right here on the Clubhouse Report.
Welcome to the Clubhouse Report with manager Zach Gitcher. Happy game 2 of the homestand. Norwich dropped 1 game last night. However, not the end of the world. Runners were on all over the place last night. However, only 1 run was able to be cashed in. What were some of the approaches that you saw?
I think we just got a little bit too big in our swings at certain points and not just being selfless enough at the plate. But overall, I thought we did a really good job offensively. Like, we hit the ball really well. Just didn't cash in runs when we needed to.
Yeah, I think Nash was another team that challenged you offensively, a team that's given you guys fits for the majority of the year here. What are some of the things you learned in the first few matchups that you can take here tonight?
I mean, I think they're just going to play good baseball against us, play pretty solid fundamental baseball, and I think in order for us to win, we have to do the same. We need to cash in when we have the opportunities, and that's really what it comes down to for us lately. So.
Yeah, a lot of fun defensive plays, though, last night. Only 1 error, however. It's something that happens as part of the game. In terms of the defense overall, how did you think last night went?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, if you come away from a game with only 1 error, I mean, he did a pretty good job. And that game, I mean, just look at the score results of that game. It was a 3-1 game. It wasn't like we made 5 errors and it was a blowout. So, overall, I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah, 6 infield hits last night as well. It speaks to the grittiness of this group over the year, and it's something we've talked about. How can you find ways to win in different ways? What did you see last night in terms of that?
You know, I think it's just coming hard out of the box and making sure that, you know, I think you just hit the nail on the head. It's just finding different ways to win, and I think we're still trying to make sure that we do that. So, and I think that's really the biggest thing heading into the rest of the week is just finding a way any way we can. Last night was a testament to it. We just unfortunately didn't get the big hit when we needed it.
Absolutely. Hopefully that big hit comes around for Norwich tonight. It's game 2 out of a 6-game homestand here this week. This has been the Clubhouse Report with manager Zach Gitcher.
Great stuff, as always, by you on that Clubhouse Report. I know you were talking a little men in scoring position. Well, no better time than to take a look at the starting 9 tonight for Zach Gitcher's side here tonight. Not a lot of changes at the top. Kenny Noe, TJ Bayer, Matt Park, to Jackson Powers. It's the same top 4 as last night. However, it is the debut for Jackson Powers at first base.
Yeah, that'll be a really interesting situation. We saw him out in batting practice a little bit earlier, taking repetitions out there. I like him in the outfield. That's just my opinion. To be frank, I've never seen him play first base before. But why would you go away from what is working is the question.
Yeah.
However, they don't pay me the big bucks to make that decision. I'm excited to see what manager Zach Gitcher does to switch things up.
It's a bat you don't want to take out of the lineup. I'm sure that is a part of it. No Mike Fiataroni right now. Maybe that goes into it. He did play first base last summer in the NECBL for a little bit. Small sample size. That's a bat you want in there. He does stay in there. Here's the big change. David Pengel from the 9th spot all the way up to the number 5 spot. He's been so good in the number 9 spot, and Zach Gitcher really wants to load up the top of the lineup. Boy, that's a statement, moving David Pengel from 9 to 5.
It really is. When you have somebody in the 9 spot with the amount of speed and the offense that David Pengel has, you use him as a second leadoff. The thing I'm thinking about is getting him more at-bats, simply. You don't get a lot of at-bats in the 9 spot. 1 more can make a difference in the game, and especially in a game last night where it was close all the way, I can understand it.
Henry Ayers will follow behind him in the DH spot. Taylor Kaufman back in there. What do you want to see out of Kauf out there in left field?
Yeah, it's 2 guys that didn't play last night, so they had the night off. Being able to go back into the outfield. Kauf has tracked the ball extremely well. It's about accurate throws inside the diamond, right? Hitting cutoff men, being able to be consistent with communication in the outfield. It's all those intangible things you look for, and him back in the outfield will hopefully help develop that.
Your Fairfield stat, Carter Grandy, is back in the lineup, and a guy you felt, since he's returned from his injury, better approach right now at the plate for him, seeing a lot more pitches.
Yeah, I think when you have an injury like that, you tend to be more cautious anyways, and I think that's played to Carter Grandy's benefit. It's kind of playing into his personality a little bit, being able to be composed, compact with his swing, and he's been great. Hit a couple of doubles last week in his return, and finding ways just to get on base is exactly what this group is.
Bryce Miller will round out the lineup card for Zach Gitcher's side tonight. It is a Jacob Schrag bump day. He makes his 4th start of the summer for the Unicorns, and well, we're going to tell you what, he's been great as a starter.
It really has, and being able to control the fastball, the changeup has been really big for him, and the strikeout has been his thing all summer long. He's going to have to pitch to contact, I think, a little bit more against Nashua. They just tend to put the ball in play more so than other teams. A little bit different of a strategy, but not one that he can't handle.
Yeah, he's been throwing a lot of strikes for this group. He's won each of his last 2 outings. You said lots of soft contact. Opponents hitting just 170 against him. Nashua offense, tantalizing group. How do you try and contain them?
You have to win the battles you're supposed to win. So whether that be at the top or the bottom of the lineups, those are the big ones. The middle of the lineup has usually been pretty good for Nashua throughout the year, whether it's putting the ball in play or doing hit damage, if you will. Win the matchups you're supposed to, then take it from there. Then take the battles on in the middle of the lineup and find different ways to get guys out. They're very good at adjusting throughout games. They get better and better as the game goes on. Start early, set the tone, make them confused, and go from there.
Enough talking about him. Let's show you the tape of what he's been doing. Boy, that high fastball. It looks like a beach ball up there to hitters, but that has been one of his huge put-out pitches.
It has been, and especially here at home, it's really effective because of that black batter's eye out in center field. It looks just so good to hit. However, it's almost untouchable. Executed well, it's probably the best pitch any pitcher can throw, and Jacob Straight does a great job of doing it.
How about a slider, too? You back that up with that high fastball, boy. He has really fooled a lot of offenses.
And he has, because it's essentially the same tunnel because he's so tall. If you don't see it out of the hand, you're in trouble because you can't see that spin early on. It doesn't really start to move until about halfway. Looks like the fastball, then you're way out in front of it.
Go-tos for him tonight.
Attack the zone, allow them to put the ball in play, let them do that. However, just continue to soft contact. That's the big thing. Do what you've been good at all year. Success will come.
Well, I love appetizer, and I love things just for starters. Jacob Straight, give me the numbers for him. What has he been doing right now as a starter? 2-0 his last couple of outings. ERA 2.08 as a starter. Here's the big one. Opponents are hitting just 170 against him. He's minimized a ton of contact.
And he has. You mentioned the light contact's going to be good. This team needs to play defense behind him, though. The errors have piled up over the last few days. Got to find a way to put a 0 up on the board through 9 innings tonight. I see no way you can go wrong with this starter and if the defense plays well.
Certainly got to play some defense behind him. We're going to talk a little fielding right after this. Kenny Noe's going to join us. It's a fielding demo right after this. Sea Unicorn fans, want to watch the Sea Unicorns like a VIP? Book a Dodd Stadium luxury suite, perfect for business outings, birthdays, or a night out with friends. Enjoy indoor and outdoor seating, a flat screen TV, your own private server, and the option to pre-order from our catering menu, all while catching every pitch in comfort. Order your luxury suite today for just $500 for up to 20 guests, or go big with a double suite for $900 and bring 40. Don't miss out. Call now, 860-887-7962, and reserve your suite today.
If you own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partnership.
Welcome to the Diamond, here with Kenny Noe, the shortstop and infielder for the Norwich Sea Unicorns. Here we're going to talk all about glove mechanics, different types of balls that you can field as well. We'll start with the ball in front. What's your approach here when you have it all the way out in front of you?
Yeah. So this is the plain one, like straight up at you, correct? So the one straight up at you, you really want to just get it out in front, right? As infielders, you see a lot of younger guys, right, who catch the ball really deep, and that's where they get into problems, right? They tell you when you're younger, you really got to have that triangle, right, with your feet and your glove, and that creates that triangle that you really want to have. When you get too back, it's almost like that straight line. That's what we don't want to see. So you really want to catch this ball really out in front of your body, get through it, and get to your target.
Beautiful. Exactly. You want to get out in front. Your nose has to be down, and you got to be out here, right? Hands kind of like the alligator chomp, if you will. We'll take down the top. Let's go to the middle. That thing's right in front of you. What do you do?
Okay, so this one we already did the one in front of me, so I'm going to use this one more as like a slow roller.
Sure.
So slow roller, you really want to get on that left foot, right? You want to get on that left foot, catch it again, out in front of that body. Everything we do is going to be in front of the body, behind our eyes. Catch out in front of that body, really get that short hop, or if we're going for long hop, we're just catching it deep, but still in front of our body. Get that ball, plant off that right foot, get going to your target. Make sure everything's moving towards third base.
Yeah, absolutely. Great point right there. Being able to get the chest there, the shoulders, everything's got to be square. That ball's going to tail away if not. Let's take away everything. The first two have been in front. Let's switch sides here. Now you're going to the backside. How do you approach it?
Okay, so even still with the backhand, right, we still got to have our eyes behind it, right? We cannot see the ball go into our glove with the backhand, right? So we really got to make sure that we get our eyes behind it because that's almost our vision here, right? When our glove is forward, we can see that ball going in. We can't see it this way. So we really got to get the eyes behind it. Again, ball's in front of us. Catch that either on that short hop, long hop, and getting our body, our shoulders, our chest going towards first base.
Absolutely. Everything's got to be square. Different types of ground balls do different types of things. It's great to hear it from one of the best here in the Futures League. This has been Around the Horn with Kenny Noe.
Great stuff out there with Kenny Noe. He's so smooth defensively. We got baseball camp going on this week. Let's go in the outfield with Sean McGettigan.
All right, welcome to the first outfield conversation this time. I'm Sean McGettigan. Sean, kids camp this morning. Walk me through how the day went.
You know, honestly,
hour by hour.
It was honestly pretty electric. So we had 4 stations going, right? So
Yeah.
I had my own group. Alex D'Ambrosio had his own group.
Got it.
I think CJ and Park were together.
Yeah.
And then who else was with us? Scholes. So we had 4 groups. We had pitching, outfielding, infielding, hitting. Hitting was awesome. We played games. It was great.
What type of games?
It was like 3v3. Well, my group was 3v3 because we only had 6 guys. And it was like innings. So, like, we would just flip it to them, and then they would either hit the ball, like, for an out or be a hit.
Sure.
Just played that. It was awesome. It was electric. The kids were getting into it.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, after lunch was phenomenal, by the way.
What'd you get?
From
Shout out.
up there. I don't even know who was working, but they were great. Pizza was phenomenal.
Beautiful.
And then we played 4-base pickle, which was
4-base pickle.
It got intense. It got intense. Gitch got in there. Coach Joey 8 times Delanzo got in there. He was slapping down some hard tags. He was in there. He was in there, all up in there, 4-base pickle. It was awesome.
To be able to give back to the kids in this environment.
Oh, no, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Talk me through that as a college player, how much they look up to you.
I mean, it's awesome. They're asking questions always. And, you know, whenever somebody's asking questions, you know, don't ever get mad because they're just trying to look for information. So, yeah, them asking questions, it's awesome. Just being able to teach somebody younger than me. Oh, that's you. That's you, Logan. Oh, that's you. Oh, yeah. Oh, on the transfer. I got transfer there. But, yeah, I mean, what we're saying is, it's just, you know, giving back to the community. It's awesome. It's awesome teaching the kids. Yeah, and my dad's a coach, so like, that's awesome. It means something to me to be able to, you know, coach the little kids. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It's awesome. Yeah, they're super fun too.
Absolutely. Well, camp's a couple more days this week, which is great.
Yeah.
Get yourself out here. Get your kid to the camp. Be able to hang out with the Unicorns. What a time that's going to be. So, this has been an outfield talk. Pitcher Sean McGettigan.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Great stuff out there with Kenny Noe. He's so smooth defensively. We got baseball camp going on this week. Let's go in the outfield with Sean McGettigan. We're wrapping things up on the Unicorns Capital Property Group pregame show, but we can't do it without our locks to victory. Logan, how do we get in the win column on a Tuesday night?
2 per usual. Number 1 is situational approach. Obviously, last night that was thrown out the window with 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Just simply can't happen against the Nashua groups. That offense is going to show up to the ballpark. The second is inject energy. We talked about it in the later stages of the game last night. I thought there was no energy out of the dugout, even being down a run and eventually 2 at one point. You have to find a way to provide your own energy if the play on the field is not going to do it.
It's a great night for baseball right here in the Rose City. The Unicorns and the Silver Knights on a Tuesday night right after this. Norwich Sea Unicorn baseball is on the air from Dodd Stadium. The right-hander Jacob Schrag will make his 3rd start this summer for the Unicorns. Adam Plager and Logan Rundy with you. Look at the numbers so far for the Stonehill commit. Jacob Schrag is a starter. He'll make his 4th start for Norwich and dealing right now for the Unicorns. ERA now is a 3.60 overall, 2.08 in the starting rotation. 20 innings worked, a 2-2 record. Both of his wins have come in the starting role. 9th appearance, his 4th as a starter. Logan Rundy. Great night for him. Go-tos for the Norwich starter.
Yeah, just be able to attack the zone early. That's step number 1. And step number 2, as we mentioned in the pregame show, be able to get the ball on the ground. You got a good defense behind you once again tonight. Only 1 error last night. And a trio of good plays around the diamond. A little bit different alignment than usual, which we'll talk about here in a second, but it shouldn't stop the defense from being at an elite level. Being able to attack the zone number 1, Bryce Miller will be on the plate. He's called good balls and strikes throughout the year so far during his time. Got a tough Nashua lineup to deal with this evening. Nashua team that's been good. Improved all the way up to 500 on the year after starting the majority of the beginning half of the summer in the basement of the standings. However, they're up towards the top now, Adam, being able to play good baseball over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, they've been really good and have the day off yesterday, so because of that, that benefits them. But they did play an NECBL opponent, and they nearly defeated them. Final score on that ball game was 2-1. As we are ready for baseball on a Tuesday night. The pitch home is flipped in the air. Shallow right field, it's going to fall in. So on the first delivery of the ball game, A.J. Cobb is on. We take a look at the starting lineup for Nick Guarino's side here today. Aboard is Cobb. Batting second is their shortstop, Hunter Troiano. In left field, batting third, Connor Smith. Hudson Story as the cleanup duties at first base. Peter Kablinski at the hot corner will hit fifth. Mason Wilson, the designated hitter, batting sixth. Phoenix Williams in center field hits seventh. Robbie Grasso in right field, batting eighth. And Ben Peterson rounds out the starting lineup. Fastball downstairs, ball one. From Jacob Schrag with that bright blue glove, lining up on the first base side of the rubber. Opponent's hitting just 170 against him as a starter his last three outings. Has worked 13 innings as a starter. Picked up that victory over Worcester his last time out. There goes the base runner, Cobb. Throw from Miller's going to hop on the way to the shortstop, Noe. And Nashua continuing to swipe bags.
Yeah, they continue to do so. They won that game back on July 4th in Nashua by stealing home plate. Finding ways to get runners moved over without having to do anything is what this team has been really good at throughout the year. However, that's been a huge part of their success over the last couple of weeks.
Officially underway tonight at 6:32 local time. Schrag is working from the stretch. His pitch home, fly ball in the air. Kaufman moving back. He's at the wall. He looks up. He is unable to handle it. It'll bounce off the wall. And the wave at third for Cobb. The throw coming home is all the way to the backstop. Miller to back out of the way. Look out way up the line at third is Hunter Troiano, who clobbers it off the top of the wall. Just nearly missed a two-run home run.
He really did just miss it. The wind was blowing out, which gave Kaufman some trouble out in left field. That's going to be a problem all night for both sides. Smith is going to have the same troubles if Norwich is able to put it out through the air into left field specifically. And that's the big thing about this ballpark. Some crazy things happen. The location of it is in a place where there's a lot of wind, a lot of trees around, and the air is really, really thin, which allows balls to fly.
It is a hot, humid summer night here in Norwich. Some early noise for the Nashua offense. And back-to-back hits as the Silver Knights on top, 1-0. 85 degrees at field level, feels like 90. Here is the left fielder, Connor Smith. He'll bat. Silver Knights in their alternate dark tops with the red shoulders and the gray bottoms here tonight. Unicorns back in their home whites. The cursive Unicorns riding across the chest. And the navy blue piping down the white bottoms and the gold numerals on the back. It is a ball and no strikes on Smith. Still looking for the first out of the inning is Schrag. His 1-0 pitch. That is jammed inside, pop-up, moving back on the lip of the outfield grass. Carter Grand will make the squeeze on it, and we will go around the diamond defensively and meet the Unicorns defensive alignment here today. Different look for Norwich. Over at third base, Matt Park, no change there. Same for Kenny Noe. Carter Grand steps into the Norwich lineup. He's at second base, and Jackson Powers, for the first time this summer, will handle the first base duties. The outfield left to right. Taylor Kaufman, David Pengel, T.J. Bayer. It is Bryce Miller doing the catching tonight with Schrag on the rubber. One gone. It is the cleanup man, Hudson Story, who's had a real neat summer for Nashua and a very dangerous hitter, batting .293 with 16 runs driven in. And right now, Schrag trying to strand that runner at third.
Yeah, really tough situation for Schrag when you have Connor Smith that's right above him. He's at .333 as Schrag's able to get a strike across. Having those two guys in this part of the lineup has been why they've been so good.
It's quickly 0-2, and in the driver's seat is Schrag. That pop up to second, that is the execution of that inside fastball running in on right-handers. Right on left matchup here, the 0-2 sliced foul. And Schrag in full control of the strike zone. That has not been the issue today. A couple of hard-hit balls. Well, I guess the bloop single, but really that double off the top of the wall has been the damage in this inning. 1-0 Nashua, just underway on a Tuesday night. Schrag working on the left fielder Connor Smith. The 0-2 home. Wave and a miss, struck him out. Down by the way of the K is Smith, and a must-have strikeout, and Schrag got it.
Yeah, it really has. He's been around the zone all night. It just hasn't produced too many outs. He got the pop-up, and now he's in a position after what could have been a really big inning, get Smith and Story to go down.
So a good response from Schrag. Now it is Peter Keblinski's turn to bat. This is another guy who has been as dangerous as they get. It is a daunting middle of the order for Nick Guarino's side. Breaking ball, spots the outside corner, and again, Schrag working in front.
But he's done every single at-bat so far, been right around the zone. There is such thing as being too much in the zone, though.
He's ahead of Keblinski, 0-1. Troiano on at third, on the ground, rolled over to short. There's Noe with that great fielding ability. Across the diamond, 6-3 on the ground out, and Schrag limits the damage. 1-0 Nashua, go to the home half. When we come back, Sea Unicorns Baseball is streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
We go to the home half of the first inning, and it is the right-hander Matthew Donovan on the rubber here today for the Nashua Silver Knights. Donovan, a soon-to-be senior at Roger Williams out of Stoneham, Massachusetts, is on the rubber today, 6 feet. 195 pounds. A look at the numbers this summer for Donovan, over 7 innings worked. He will make just his second start of the summer, his 5th appearance. 0-1 his record, his ERA resting at 1.29. The 4 strikeouts to the 5 walks. He has been victimized by the walk at times. We meet the Sea Unicorns starting lineup on this Tuesday night, designed by their skipper, Zach Gitcher. Kenny Noe, the shortstop, leads it off. TJ Bayer in right field batting second, with Matt Park over at the hot corner. He'll bat third. In the cleanup spot, Jackson Powers at first base. Here's the big change. From the 9th spot to the 5 spot, David Pengel in center field. Henry Ayers is the DH in the 6th place spot. Taylor Kaufman in left field. Carter Grand is the second baseman tonight, with Bryce Miller doing the catching once again, and Norwich looking to respond, trailing 1-0. Here is Kenny Noe. He's batting .314 so far this summer, the Freeport, New York native.
Yeah, Kenny's been great. You made a good play at the end of that inning. It always seems as if after you make a play in the field, you tend to get a hit, so we'll see if that continues with Kenny.
Donovan is working from the stretch. The 1-0. Outside 2-0. Hitters count now for Noe, and he has been really good from this side of the plate. Had some troubles there yesterday, but big picture, this is a guy that can really put a good swing on a ball. Popped him up, jammed inside. Shallow left field and foul ground. It is dropped down there by the shortstop, Troiano. It was a three-man hunt for that baseball. And the count moves to 2 balls and a strike. Noe really good on the off-speed pitch that stays on the inner half of the plate, but from time to time has been caught chasing the high fastball.
It's been a common theme with this group, that fastball and the velocity has gotten to them via the strikeout or weak contact. And it is the off-speed. There's been much better adjustments made in at-bats as the year has gone on.
Still a hitter's count. 2 balls and a strike. The righty offering home. Up top, 3-1, and a good take there by Noe. That has been the pitch at times that has been troubling for him. He's put himself in a really good hitter's count, 3-1, with the Roger Williams product on the rubber. 3-1 home way outside. He lost him, and Kenny Noe draws the leadoff walk.
Good start for Norwich. It's exactly what a leadoff hitter should do. See a bunch of pitches, 5 of which in that at-bat gives the guys behind him a really good look, especially for the caliber of player that TJ Bayer is.
Here is TJ. He delivered for Norwich yesterday, had that RBI knock, plays his college ball at Marist University. He'll dig into the righty box, batting an even 300 this summer, raising that batting average. Boy, he just got backed up inside.
Sure did. Donovan's been pretty wild to start at only 1 strike, and even the one that Noe swung at was a little bit up. It'll be interesting to see how he adjusts here versus 2, 3, and 4.
So 5 of his first 6 out of the zone. Noe with 3 steals this summer. He's aboard. Manageable lead. That is taken down and away. So 2-0, boy. So an interesting no call on a borderline pitch. And quickly the count moves to 2-0 on TJ Bayer. The pitch home. There's that fastball. He was jammed in right field. Underneath it. And there to make a squeeze on it is Robbie Grasso. Let's go around the diamond here for Nick Guarino's group here tonight. We just met Robbie Grasso in right field. The rest of that outfield configuration is Phoenix Williams, a regular in center field, Connor Smith in left. Peter Kablinski has the hot corner duties at third base. Hunter Troiano has the RBI double today. He's the shortstop. A.J. Cobb at second, with Hudson Story at first, and Ben Peterson doing the catching. Donovan's delivery home downstairs, and for the 3rd consecutive batter has fallen behind, and because he hasn't been around the zone, he has not gotten those borderline pitches.
He sure hasn't. Honestly, I don't know where the zone currently is. I think it's also a contributing factor with knowing that. Like, Donovan's been wild, sure, but I think the home plate umpire has not given him the justice on a couple of calls as well.
Norwich looking to try and take advantage of a benefiting zone in the early goings. 1-0 on Park. Up top, 2-0. And a real tough start to the night for Donovan by way of his command, which has really let him down here in this first inning. Just 3 pitches in the zone. And it's 2-0 on the Quinnipiac Bobcat. Aboard at first is Noe. Here's the 2-0 offering, backed up inside. And I tell you what, those 2 borderline pitches really hurting him right now.
It is, and I'm trying to look mechanically on what's going wrong. The only thing I can think of is the athleticism. He's just not low enough to the ground.
On 3-0, that is in the zone.
Much better, right? He got his shoulders a little bit down, and they were also squared that time. Off-speed pitches, they're a lot easier to do that with, but it's a good start to just be around the zone.
Norwich is a team batting .243, had 10 hits in the ball game in that losing effort. Fly ball in the air. This will stay in the yard. Straight away left field. It's Connor Smith underneath it, and there are 2 away in this Norwich first inning. Here is the cleanup man, Jackson Powers. First time this summer at first base. How does that translate to what you're doing at the plate?
He plays a position in the outfield where it's probably a little bit less activity. However, it's not like he's catching and then switching over to hitting when on offense. So I don't expect it to be too much different in terms of the transition. Wouldn't be surprised if Noe runs.
He's got a manageable lead at first. He'll hold off for now, taking on the outside corner. Wow, so maybe one of those calls that Donovan gets back his way. Looked outside from here, but nonetheless, Powers in a no-ball, 1 strike count. The 0-1 from Donovan. That time he missed, and it is even 1 ball, 1 strike despite the Unicorns out hitting Lowell last night, just 2 for 11 with men in scoring position. 0 for 4 with the bases loaded. And the strikeout rate certainly raised. 10 punch-outs from Lowell pitching. Unicorns have a 1-out, check that, a 2-out base runner. It is Noe. He began the ball game with the walk. Even on powers, 1-1. Here's the pitch. This is flipped in the air. Right field still moving back, shy of the warning track. This will hang up out there for Robbie Grasso. And working around the leadoff walk is Donovan. Go to the second, 1-0 Nashua on the Futures League Network, streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences.
Built right, priced right here.
Roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
We go to the second inning here tonight in Norwich. 1-0 Silver Knights on top. The RBI double from Hunter Troiano. 6, 7, and 8 for Nashua in the second inning. It's Mason Wilson, Phoenix Williams, Robbie Grasso due up. As Jacob Schrag wraps up his warm-up tosses in a real nice adjustment for the Norwich right-hander in that first inning.
Yeah, really good adjustment just to settle down after those first two hitters. Retired 3 straight, and then being able to hopefully settle down for the remainder of his outing.
So here is Mason Wilson. He'll dig into that righty batter's box. Wilson, a riser to Penn State out of Randolph, New Jersey, ready to go. He's hitting already .583 in 5 games played. A roaring start to his summer, 7 for his first 12. And those are one of those nice acquisitions to pick up in the middle of the summer. 1-0. Down and away, overthrown fastball, 2-0.
A lot of teams are starting to build here. This Nashua team has been winning a lot, and it makes sense. You bring in a lot of pieces, especially a guy that's going to Penn State, being able to contribute there maybe early on.
It's quickly 2-0 on the Penn State riser. The pitch, that's just on the outer edge for a called strike.
Zone's been a little erratic so far. I haven't been able to really figure it out either side. It'll be interesting how that plays a factor as the game progresses.
Silver Knights batting .273 overall as a team that is second best in the Futures League. And they are a group on the rise. They've played much better baseball as of late. And their record 519-19 through 38 contests. One fewer game played than Norwich, who are enjoying their 40th game of the summer today. 3-1, wave and a miss, good. Comeback pitch for Schrag. Count is full. 3-2 on the Penn State riser. 16 home runs as well, and this is a Nashua team that has power throughout their lineup. That's taken on the outside corner, struck him out. Good changeup from Schrag, working backwards, and the Unicorns have the leadoff man down to begin the second. It is the second strikeout of the night for Schrag. Here is the DH, Mason Wilson. So after falling behind 3-1, Schrag battles back for his second punch out. Here's the offering home, right on left, with Phoenix Williams batting. He's in center field today. This is a guy Norwich is accustomed to seeing and visiting with every time they face Nashua. Williams has been a regular for Nick Guarino, now his 33rd game this summer. 1-0. On the ground, rolled over softly, charging in Grand over to first. 2 away for Schrag here in this second inning. Fans looking to go to the dentist. Well, at Griswold Dental, you are more than a patient. You're a part of the Griswold Dental family. Find out more at griswolddental.net. 2 away. Here is Robbie Grasso. Smooth sailing in the second frame for Schrag. After surrendering back-to-back knocks to begin his night. That's on the outside corner. Good breaking ball. And Schrag, once again, ahead of his 7th man tonight. Beginning 7 of the first 8 Silver Knight hitters with strikes. That is always a key ingredient. There's the big bender. 12-6 Brave on that curveball snap down. And Schrag in the driver's seat. No balls and 2 strikes on Robbie Grasso. Grasso, the batter at the plate. A rising sophomore at Lehigh out of Lafayette Hill, PA, taking for ball 1. Good fastball. Competitive pitch, just missed. Grasso, 6'2", 210 pounds in the back of the righty box. Schrag trying to make it a 1-2-3 second inning. The 1-2. That is a chopper over to short. No, he charges in. His throw on the run is in time, and the inning is over. It's a 1-2-3 second for Schrag. The bottom of the second is next. Sea Unicorns Baseball is streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partner.
We go to the bottom of the second inning here tonight. It is the Sea Unicorns and Silver Knights squaring off for the 5th time this summer. We always check in downstairs with our on-field reporter, Logan Rundy, and he is stopping by with Tyler Jones, one of the newcomers for Norwich. Logan, down to you.
Thank you, guys. I'm here with my main man, Tyler Jones. First off, I want to give you a proper welcome here to Norwich. I have to ask, you're joining kind of middle to late season. How is that unique to you, and what do you want to bring to this team so far?
Yeah, I mean, I know they won the championship 3 years in a row, and hopefully I can, get the bat hot and, help bring some wins.
You're also moving a little bit closer to home here during the school season. You're off to Stony Brook here in the fall. What excites you about that new opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of guys that I grew up with, playing travel ball with, some of my best friends there, and, it's going to be really cool suiting up and sharing the field again with them.
Absolutely. Tyler Jones has already made some contributions, especially defensive games underneath his belt. Make a big impact during the summer. Adam, back to you.
Good stuff as always, Logan. Stopping by, having a conversation with Tyler Jones. Excited to see him continue to make an impact with the Sea Unicorns here in 2026. That is a bat Norwich really wants to get going offensively. He has the ability to make a huge impact as the day off today. Expect him back in there tomorrow in Lowell. Pengel on the first delivery he sees. A mile high in the sky. Racing in is the second baseman, A.J. Cobb. And on one pitch, 1 out. Pengel is set down. Second time today Norwich has popped out to second base. Here is the designated hitter, Henry Ayers. They're starting to heat back up offensively. Hits in 5 straight games for the Middlebury College product. He's looking inside, fastball swerving in for ball 1. And our guy right up here, Logan Rundy, always back, fast like a cat.
Trying here. I'm trying. I'm out of breath if you couldn't tell.
It's your cardio workout for the night.
Tell me about it. I need it too. Unbelievable.
2-0 here on Henry Ayers, how was it down there chatting with Tyler Jones, a guy that is really excited for the opportunity?
Yeah, he's making the move over to George Washington. Excuse me, he's making the move from George Washington to Stony Brook. Moving a little bit closer to home, he seems really excited as we continue to talk, not only before the game, but after and sometimes during, as we just did. And I think he wanted to move closer to home, being able to play with his college or his high school friends and some college friends as well is really important to him.
Yeah, and that always gives you familiarity when you're playing with some guys that you grew up playing with, and that is a little jolt of energy when you step into that clubhouse and you see some of your best friends from back home and you put on the same uniform and have a chance to compete together. It's the second walk issue today by the right-hander Donovan. One out walk to Henry Ayers. It'll bring up Taylor Kaufman.
Yeah, this is the part of the lineup where the question marks start to rise. Pengel popped up in his new role. Then you have Ayers in the 6th spot, and then Kaufman in the 7th. These guys either hit usually the top or the really bottom, so finding new positions is interesting, as we talked about here in the pregame, of what is it going to be, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks when the playoffs start rolling around, and this is part of the mix and match that Zach Kitcher's doing.
Kaufman batting an even 200 this summer for Norwich. They will check in on Henry Ayers. So some traffic in both innings via the walk. This one coming with one out. Look out, that nearly got Kaufman.
What about wild so far from Nashua? It was Donovan. Been able to be unscathed so far. No hits for Norwich. However, they have taken 2 free passes.
Kaufman trying to break up an 0 for 11 slide at the plate. Tough play over there at third. Short way to second for one. Relay to first. There won't be one coming. And forced out at second is the lead runner, Ayers. Kaufman reaching on the 5-4 fielder's choice ground out. And how about the calm poise over there from Keplinski to make that play on a chopper to the third baseman?
Yeah, really composed as well. And even though Donovan hasn't been around the zone a bunch, he's induced weak contact. 3 flyouts, a pop-up, and a ground ball to third base.
First pitch home inside on Carter Grand. Fans, Sea Unicorns are back at home on Thursday. And as always, it is Thirsty Thursday at Dodd Stadium with $2 beer specials on Narragansett. First pitch for our Thursday home game is at 6:30 as always. Sea Unicorns taking on the Vermont Lake Monsters. That's Ranald Fowl on the third base side. It's always a fun night, and you can enjoy your beverage by that hole-in-the-wall bar down the first base side. For all ticketing information, go SeaUnicorns.com. Or you can call the front office at Dodd Stadium. 1-1 on Carter Grand. Donovan's delivery home. This is flipped in the air. It'll hang up out there. No worries for the left fielder, Connor Smith. And working around the one-out walk is Donovan. Go to the third. It's a 1-0 Nashua lead on the Futures League Network and live on YouTube, SNSN Sports. Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at seaunicorns.milbstore.com. That's seaunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long. We head to the third inning tonight in Norwich. Unicorns trailing by a run. Jacob Schrag ready to go for his third inning of work tonight. And for a little more on the Norwich starter, we send it over to Logan Rundy. Logan, over to you. Well, a little miscommunication. We're ready for Logan when Logan is ready for us. So, once...
Thanks, Adam. Nashua comes to bat here in the top of the third. They lead 1-0 after putting up a run in the first inning. Jacob Schrag has not had too much trouble in the first inning or trouble at all. So far this year, he has 9 hits in 11 innings, and more importantly, he has 10 strikeouts. Outside the numbers, though, it's more of a tone-setting idea. Right, being able to attack the strike zone in a variety of different ways and also getting outs through weak contact is something we've discussed throughout the year for this young group. For Schrage, it's all about being consistent, and he's battled back really well after giving up that 1 run in the first inning and had a scoreless second. Adam, it's all about the consistency of these pitchers as we move towards the end of the year.
No doubt about that. Norwich hoping to continue to receive consistency from their starters. And it is Jacob Schrage working ahead once more. He is greeted by Ben Peterson. It is 9-1-2 due up for Nashua in this third inning tonight, leading by a 1-0 score. Even count, 1-1. Here's the pitch. That's taken downstairs. Move the count to 2 balls and a strike. Peterson doing the catching today. Soon to be sophomore at St. Joseph's out of Canonsburg, PA. 2-1 the count. The pitch home, tied him up. Good fastball, and that has been the bread and butter this summer for Schrage. That high heater just running inside. 2-2 on the Silver Knights backstop.
Yeah, it really has been. It's not even a two-seamer. It's legitimately just a straight four-seamer with tail, and it's really hard to pick up.
Here is that 2-2 pitch coming home in the air. Popped him up, foul off the end of the bat. You spoke about the consistency from Norwich starting pitching as a whole, and that is so important for this group. Great start last night from Tabbitt. Schrage off to a nice start here tonight, but now it's a matter of continuing to pass the line.
It really is, and unfortunate that Tabbitt couldn't get the win yesterday after not giving up a run, and Schrage only with 1 run right now.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out, gassed the fastball by him, and it is the 3rd strikeout of the night for Schrage. Leadoff man set down in the Silver Knights' 3rd, top of the order. Here is A.J. Cobb.
And Schrage's putting himself in a good position as we continue to speak, right? The starters for Norwich have to be good. Eric Mathewson slated to go tomorrow. We'll get into that a little bit later in the show in a place that Norwich has not played well this year, in Lowell. That'll be a really good test for this group and Mathewson.
Here's the leadoff man, Cobb. Takes the changeup upstairs for ball 1. And look at that outing for Eric Mathewson. Who else would you want to send to the rubber? He is one of the lead dogs of this rotation, but more importantly, a leader for this group in the clubhouse. A guy the fellows turn to when times have gotten tough. He's taken some big starts here. He's seen Vermont a handful of times. Was really good his last time out at home. Had that 8 strikeout performance against Worcester, the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there from Schrage. And that really started to get Norwich rolling. That outing against the Bravehearts, a part of that series sweep over Worcester. Maybe one that can continue to launch him forward. 2-1 pitch. Drilled foul, 2-2. And Schrage has the count even. Transfer to Stonehill out of Post University. Moving up to the Division I level. And I'm sure he will see plenty of Tyler Jones at Stony Brook. 2-2. That is what summer ball is all about. You are sometimes playing against your own college teammates. Chopper over to second, waiting back on a grand as the 2 hopper, and there are 2 away. But by the same token, you are teammates with guys that you will quickly face come the spring when you return to school.
And it creates an advantage, being able to see guys play throughout the summer, and one would argue that the school season is a little bit more important for wins and losses, and then here in the Futures League, it's all developmental. It's important to develop your skills, and it's going to be a big move, as you mentioned, for Tyler Jones moving conferences to Stony Brook.
Out of George Washington. And GW did have a player selected in this year's MLB draft. The catching partner of Luke Maltasia was taken in the MLB draft. Some more information on that in a moment. Fastball on the outside corner. Another good pitch from Schrage. He's ahead of Hunter Troiano.
Schrage's done a good job of settling down here. He even go 1-2-3. 1 pitch away from doing so.
In the driver's seat, looking for his fourth punch out of the night. Full windup is Schrag on 0-2. It is in the air, foul on the right side, and this battle will continue.
Troiano responsible for the only run as an RBI double back in the first. So he's seen Schrag well through the first couple of series. However, down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes.
Schrag in control, the pitch home. That's the curveball, popped up in foul territory. Powers ranging over by the tarp bag, makes the grab on it by the sidewall, and Powers looking like a natural in his new position tonight. Schrag working a scoreless third inning. Go to the home half, 1-0 Nashua on the Futures League Network and streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
We head to the bottom of the third inning here tonight. It is 9-1-2 due up for Norwich, Bryce Miller, and then the top of the order to follow against the right-hander Matthew Donovan.
Donovan been a little wild so far, hasn't hurt him, hasn't given up a hit, mostly because of that weak contact. 3 flyouts, a pop-up, a 5-4 put-out, and the best swing of the day came on the last at-bat from Carter Grant when he lined out to Smith and left.
Here is Bryce Miller, a guy looking for a better, tough day for him yesterday. Struck out in all 3 of his plate appearances. A couple of those were with the bases loaded, but this is a guy that has such great energy. You really expect that big bounce-back performance here today. First pitch home to Miller. Breaking ball down low for ball 1.
It's all going to be how can Bryce Miller bounce back from yesterday. Guy has a lot of experience in baseball, but only just 1 year at Yale so far. It's going to be the mental fortitude.
This is a fly ball carrying out to left field. Miller, did he do it? It is off the wall. He'll scamper into second, and it is a ringing leadoff double. Bryce Miller on a hanging breaking ball swats it off the wall in left center field, and how about that start to the night?
What a great bounce back after last night's performances. Put it in the back window. You put a ball off the wall that you missed by 2 feet from tying this ball game.
Speaking of that, draft pick coming out of George Washington, who was the catching partner, Luke Maltasia. Robbie Lavie taken in the 4th round by the San Diego Padres, and what group of catchers they have. Fly ball in the air, racing in out there in center field is Williams. Forced to hold is Miller, 1 away. Ethan Salas was also picked up by the Padres a couple of drafts ago, and he's already in Double-A in the Padres system, and they had another good one in Robbie Lavie. And how about some talent coming out of the A-10?
A-10's been great. You know, you have schools like Richmond in there as well, who has some good baseball lineage in the MLB. Just a good conference for baseball, probably the strongest sport.
Here is TJ Bayer hoping to deliver for Norwich in this bottom of the 3rd inning. Fans, before you come to the ballpark, stop by Charlene's Diner, Main Street, Jewett City, for a delicious breakfast or lunch. Order what you want, eat what you get, only at Charlene's Diner, Main Street, Jewett City. Curveball in for a strike. 0-1 on Bayer. So Noe retired on that fly out. Bayer today popped out his first time up, but a chance to get the ball game even with Miller in scoring position. He runs well. He's got a massive lead right now at second.
I don't mind it, though. This is a run that Norwich needs just for momentum. Finding ways to score with runners in scoring position. 2 of their last 11, the first opportunity tonight.
Norwich with just 1 run scored over their last 16 innings. An offense that has gone a little stale. Fouled off down the right side, and that'll move the count 0-2 on Bayer. But this has been a guy really good, especially with 2 strikes against him because of that short, compact swing.
I'm looking for him to step up in this spot. It's a much-needed moment just to ignite this Norwich offense, thinking back right. 2 months ago.
The pitch, chopper to third. Kiblinski on the bounce over to first. Tagging and moving over to third is Miller. Heads up base running, and the Sea Unicorns have the tying run 90 feet away. Productive out for Bayer. It's in the hands of Matt Park.
Matt Park put a couple balls on a line out to left field yesterday. To no avail, though. I was about to say that was an unproductive out, but Miller using every tool in his toolbox to move up.
And rare to see that on a grounder on the left side to advance 90 feet, second to third on that sequence. But Miller picked his spot, and the Yale backstop with a chance to get the game even, hoping for Park to pick him up with 2 outs in the inning. The 0-1 from the right-hander, way outside. Better block back there by Peterson, and the count is even. Well, we saw that yesterday with Lowell, able to potentially save that go-ahead run at that moment. And again, this time it's Peterson displaying some neat blocking skills. Fletcher Waterman was doing the catching last night for Lowell. He really handled the staff well, and Lowell really pitched it well, and because of it, we're victorious 3-1 and kept Norwich to just 1 run in that ball game. Here's the 2-1 in the air, popped up Park. It's out of play.
This is a massive at bat for Donovan. You don't want to see Jackson Powers with the advantage left-handed hitter with a right-handed pitcher next. This is a must-have if you're Donovan on the hill.
2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. The pitch home, that is topped foul. Park way in front of that changeup. And a nice defensive swing to stay alive.
Good pitch by Donovan just to mix it up. Not something we've seen so far. The off-speed has not been used very much. It's been that fastball that moves into righties and away from left-handers.
We'll do it again. The 6th pitch upcoming. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. Wipeout slider. And Park down on strikes. Go to the 4th inning. 1-0 Nashua. Sea Unicorns baseball is streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
We enter the midway stages of the night. 1-0 Nashua, go to the 4th inning. And with the play-by-play for innings 4 and 5, I send it over to Logan Rundy.
Thank you, Adam. The Norwich offense held scoreless once again, now 2 for 13 over the last 2 nights with runners in scoring position. Been a hot night because of that. Strain Family Motors. The weather is heating up, and so should the fun. Rent a Polaris Slingshot from Strain Family Motors in Lisbon and feel the excitement of the open road. Go to sfmslingshots.com to rent one today. A couple of balls have been slingshotted off the wall. Miller with the leadoff double in the third inning, and a double by Troiano in the first. That's the only run of the game. Only 3 hits between the two sides as we move swiftly onwards here. And Schraig's fourth inning of work. Adam, Schraig's been good ever since he's settled down after the back-to-back hits, has retired every man in order since.
Yeah, he's been really good. Working ahead on the hands of the Nashua offense. The fastball has been good for him today, which is so important for him, really relies on it, but he's backed it up with his secondary pitches.
Sure has. That slider's been really good when it starts middle and breaks away. Smith will lead it off. That's a high fly ball into right. Bayer's got a beat on it and makes the easy play. Just a couple of pitches to get one out here as we start the fourth.
It's always a win as a starter on the mound when you retire batters in 3 pitches or less. And Schraig, now the third battery, is set down in 3 or fewer pitches, and that's how you really extend your outings.
Hudson Story will be next. He struck out in the first, the Bryant first baseman. Teammates with possible all-star Michael Fiataroni for Norwich, and he'll take ball 1 down
Very deserving.
And in.
Very deserving. We can say that for Fiataroni. Definitely should be in that all-star game. Have to wait until our rosters are announced tomorrow.
That ball is on the ground at first. Jackson Powers gets his first ground ball opportunity and takes it to the bag himself. Another 2-pitch at bat leads to 2 outs.
4 pitches and 2 outs. Pretty good work right now. Economical with the pitch count is Schraig. Really cruising. And this is the meat of the lineup for Nashua. Have to stay in attack mode.
Absolutely you do, especially with that bullpen needing heavy usage probably as we get to the later stages of the week with the power offenses coming into town. Schraig, that ball is on the ground to Park as Kablinski pulls it foul for strike 1.
This is a guy that has been one of the drivers for the offense for Nashua. Anytime you can get out the Southern Maine product, you're going to put yourself in a good spot.
Schraig trying to retire him 1-2-3. That ball is swung through by Kablinski, and he's in line to do that ever since the first 2 hitters of the game. The last 12 batters have been retired from Jacob Schraig. Trying to make it a 13th right here, 0-2. Kablinski ropes it on the ground at third. Good place by the Nashua third base coach down there.
Yep, good work over there by Stephen Mahoney, their third base coach tonight. And Schraig just dealing strikes. Kablinski, no stranger to the Futures League. 379 with WestField last summer, and he has continued to string it together in 2026.
Makes the move over Nashua. 0-2. Kablinski swings right through it. However, foul ball was called, and Miller couldn't handle it behind the plate. Another life for the hot corner for the Nashua Silver Knights.
Also some time in the NECBL with Sanford for Kablinski.
Kablinski, a lot of baseball experience. Schraig, the youngster, and it's fouled back. Kablinski putting up a professional at bat.
Yeah, great change in pace, though, by Schraig. Had Kablinski out in front of that off-speed pitch. Got to go to that high fastball. Boy, that has been his pitch this summer. Get a swing and miss.
The 0-2 for the third consecutive pitch is upstairs. Kablinski sees the first one go by. It's those types of at bat that Nashua has been successful for this year, just getting pitch counts up from opposing pitchers. The Norwich bullpen is seeing a little bit of activity. However, Schraig trying to complete the job and does so. Kablinski swings through the slider. Jacob Schraig is retired 13 in a row after the first 2 hitters have reached via a single and a double. We head to the home half of the fourth inning. Norwich trying to get on the scoreboard. You're watching Futures League Baseball on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at seaunicorns.milbstore.com. That's seaunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long.
Welcome back to Norwich. Not a mathematician by any standard. Jacob Schrake has retired the last 12 batters after the first 2 have reached. Fans, on Tuesday, you buy a ticket, you get one free. Tonight is a BOGO against Nashua. There's only one more here at Dodd Stadium. That'll be August 4th at New Britain. As New Britain comes here. That's at 6:30, as every game is Monday through Saturday. And, of course, on Sundays, we make it a little earlier at 1 o'clock. Adam, schedule's going down. No more Mondays, and now only one more Tuesday on the schedule.
Well, that's what happens when you sneak up on that all-star break that finds you quickly in the summer. And, boy, so is that Futures League playoff race right now. Just a dogfight and a mess. 3 through 7. And that's really increases the stakes of all these games, especially this one tonight. A team Norwich is trying to catch. They have to find a way to just get something going offensively. The pitching's been really good the last couple of days. Give them a little bit of run support, and you're going to put yourself in a spot to win a game.
As you mentioned, the spots 4 through 7 in the Futures League just separated by 3.5 games as Donovan's first delivery to Powers is fouled straight back. Jackson Powers making his first start at first base this summer. He flew out to right field in inning number 1.
He's been the MVP for this group the last couple of weeks, and he was someone Zach Itcher really wanted. Made sure he got him out of St. A's. And he had to be patient with him. It wasn't all glamour to start the summer, and patience can pay off. Gave him a couple of days off at the end of June to the beginning of the month of July, and I had a conversation with Jackson. I asked him, hey, stick with it, and he said, I just need a couple of days off. Let me get myself fresh, and boy, has it paid off.
Sure has. Blasted a home run earlier this month as well. The 0-2 to Powers, lined into center. Coming in on it is Williams. The slide, what a play by Williams out in center. One of the best plays of the night. Phoenix Williams comes sliding in. We're going to take a look at the replay as Williams makes an incredible play. That first step was in. Powers got good wood on the baseball. Right over the plate, Williams takes a huge 50-foot sprint, slides, pops up, makes it stylish, adds some points on the end, Adam.
Boy, what a read off the bat. Little lean back and quickly came sprawling in on it. And he robbed Powers of a base hit. Would have kept that hitting streak going. Nonetheless, Matthew Donovan continuing to roll right through the Norwich order.
David Pengel will be next in his new role in the 5 spot. He popped up to second base, back in the second. This time puts the ball in the gap in right center field. Both Williams and Grasso going over to get it. Grasso makes a shoestring catch. Wow. Another web gem. As we'll take another look at it here. The center fielder, Williams and Grasso making great plays, both in pursuit of this ball. Pengel gave this an absolute ride. Looked like Williams was going to get it. Grasso flies out like Batman at the last minute and makes the shoestring grab. Wow, Adam, Nashua has it all going for them right now.
Yeah, boy, you talk about an agile defense, covers so much territory out there. And that time it was Grasso who found his way into the alley. Good call, too. Baseball in the alley. Oh, that doesn't feel good. But either way, those can be scary, right? Ball to the gap. Have to communicate. More times than not, your center fielder is going to take charge. Grasso had a good route to it. And, boy, hindsight 2020. Pengel's on right now. That would have really made things scary. That would have been more traffic on. Instead, it's 2 outs and 1 man on. Really changes the dynamic of the inning.
Kaufman in a big spot here with 2 outs. Went 5-4 to Kablinski in the fielder's choice. His first time around in the second. A lot of speed at first base with Ayers, who doesn't steal a lot of bases. However, he can run extremely well for a catcher. He reaches for the second time via the freeway, walks without getting hit back in the second, and obviously took one off the leg there in this inning.
How about 6 men hit by pitches for Norwich over the last 3 games?
Just another way of winning, as managers at Gitcher likes to see. That ball's popped up into center. Looks like Williams is going to take charge, and he will. He continues to run, but makes the play nonetheless. The outfield for Nashua continues to impress, with Williams out in center and Grasso making a shoestring catch in right to keep Norwich off the scoreboard. We go to the 5th inning on the Futures League Network, YouTube, and SNSN Sports.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
We are back here in Norwich. We're flying along here as we played 4 innings underneath an hour so far. Nashua's defense has cashed in. Speaking of cashing in, Jewett City Savings Bank, your community bank for over 125 years, with offices ready to serve you all over eastern Connecticut. Go to jcsbank.com to find out why Jewett City Savings Bank is your community bank. Would be really big here, as we were talking about during the break, for Jacob Schrage to go 5 innings with this bullpen, not only having high usage, but you want to keep them off the field as much as possible here in a 1-run game.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And important for the confidence for Schrage, who's been really good as a starter, cruised through that 4th inning, and a rare sighting falling behind a man.
Mason Wilson will start it off. He struck out looking back in the 1st inning when Nashua sent up 6 men to the plate. Schrage's 1-0. Is inside, Miller can't handle it, rolls all the way back to the backstop, and this is where it becomes a mental game. You get through 4 innings nice and easy, just a couple of hits, 3 total in the game for both sides. Adam, how do you mentally approach this 5th?
Really important. Schrage's rolling, right? Has retired 12 in a row. Stay within yourself. Pump strikes in the zone. Let the defense continue to make the plays, but not the start right now. 3 have all missed the zone, in danger of walking the number 6 spot in the lineup. This is the spot of the lineup you have to attack. Don't allow the top of this order a chance in this inning.
Falling behind 3-0 to Wilson to start the inning. That'll be a free pass on 4 pitches, not the way you want to start, as Schrage allows another base runner to reach and ruins his 12 in a row.
First walk issued today by Schrage. He's so good at limiting the free pass, just his 6th free pass issued over his last 17 innings. First of the ball game, and this is a Nashua team. They like to run the bases. Have to keep a close eye on him.
Nashua team that has ran all over Norwich so far this summer, including a win on July 4th on a advance to home. Ball 1, so now 5 straight balls here from Schrage to start the visiting half of the 5th.
Yeah, good call by Bryce Miller to call for time and allow Schrage to reset himself. And this is all about, hey, you've been great tonight. You've been all over the zone. Maybe just try and slow him down and get him more balanced on the mound. This would just be the 2nd time this summer Schrage trying to go for that 5th inning today. Norwich does have action in their bullpen. It is a left-hander warming up right now. Just get strike 1 over. You do that, start to build that confidence again. Double play still available.
Looks like the lefty Kevin Penny is down there, the southpaw from Ramapow. Division III school in New Jersey. However, Schrake's got business to take care of here. Runner goes at first base. Miller's throw is on the money, but it is too late. And moving up is Wilson. Nashua has a runner in scoring position with 0 outs here, and Schrake's in deep waters early.
Yeah, that was a good job. The win right there is that he was back in the strike zone. Got to get back to business here. Hold this runner at second. Don't allow him to advance.
Williams made a great sliding catch in the previous inning to rob Kaufman of a hit. This time he pulls his head out and swings at strike 2.
Good off-speed pitch there by Schrage. Went outside. Almost an unhittable pitch. That would have been a really weak contact on the left side.
Be a big strike count here for Schrage. Trying to find a way to retire another man. The 1-2. That ball gets all the way past Miller to the backstop. Wilson will advance, and it's been those free bases given out that has hurt Norwich here in this 5th.
Yeah, second free base issue this inning. Well, third, really. The walk, the slight bag, and now a wild pitch. And boy, Schrage in a real tough spot here. Corners are in.
Corners in, that's Park and Powers. The 2-2. That is up top as well. Now 3-2. And Schrage has seemed to lose a little bit of grip on the fastball and some of the off-speed as well, and a grip on the inning. Trying to find a way to hone it in here to get an all-important first out to the Nashua center fielder. The 3-2. Wilson leads from third. Slider misses up top. Now that's back-to-back walks and yet another free base. If you want to count it that way, that's the 4th of the inning.
Yeah, just a tough start. Troubling one. Zach Itcher coming out, and to the bullpen we go.
To the bullpen we go. We'll be back in just a second with that new arm. You're watching Futures League Baseball on YouTube and SNSN Sports.
Own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partner.
We are back here in Norwich, Connecticut. Jacob Schrage cannot get through the 5th inning. Unable to retire a man. Gave up 4 free bases in the inning as well. Get you the picture here in just a second. I believe it is Kevin Penny. If it is, it will be his first appearance of the summer. The Ramapo College Southpaw. Trying to find a way to navigate a very difficult situation. He was warming up yesterday. And it is Penny, 5'10", the 175-pounder from South Plainfield, New Jersey. Trying to find a way to wiggle out of a very difficult situation in appearance number 1. Adam, is a very tough spot, as we mentioned here a few times. If you're Penny, how do you find a way to take a positive out of this no matter what?
Throw strikes, get that double play. You'll trade the outs for the run here. Most importantly, this is your debut. Messy spot for him. Guy that was used a lot at Ramapo in his rookie campaign. 3.82 ERA, 3-1 record, 13 appearances, all out of the Ramapo bullpen. So he is used to these moments coming in ball games out of the pen when his number is called upon. And go back to that conversation you had with him yesterday. A chance to go up against high caliber competition. See some big name schools in this league. Much different than what you see at Division III Ramapo, who found their way into the NCAA tournament, won a regional. Oh, this is going to get tricky here with Robbie Grasso coming up the back-to-back walks. But more importantly, by all likelihood, Penny is going to have to see the top of this dangerous Nashua lineup. So important for him to trade that runner at third for a couple of outs here if he can induce a ground ball on the infield.
Grasso is one of those high-caliber guys, Division I school over at Lehigh, trying to come up in a big spot here against Penny. His first is up and in. Fastball stayed flat on the inside, so a good look at Penny to start it.
It's a high 3/4 arm slot for him. Throws across his body.
Grasso was the one that made that shoestring catch in the previous inning. He grounded to Kenny Noe back in the second. The 1-0, make it 2. So 2 straight balls out of the bullpen. And all Nashua's had to do in this inning is essentially watch the pitches go by.
Yeah, hitters count. This is scary with Grasso. And I expect that heater. You know he's sitting on a fastball. Can't leave it over the plate.
Fastball count indeed. The 2-0. That ball swung through. We were both wrong. That's the changeup that dives down and away. Pretty pitch to get a strike on the board. His first as a Sea Unicorn.
I love that belief and confidence in that off-speed pitch. Really good one for him. Not a guy that will overpower anybody by any means. Has to hit his spots.
2-1. Runners on the corners. And the check over there on Williams. He'll stay put. It's Wilson at third base. He advanced on a stolen base and then a wild pitch by Schrage. Then the walk to Williams is where we're at here in the visiting half of the fifth. Nashua already has a run on the scoreboard, however, just 2 hits. It was the first 2 batters of the game of Cobe and Triano. A single and a double. Penny trying to limit damage. The 2-1. That ball is swung through again. Back-to-back changeup, back-to-back swinging strikes, and is even the count at 2-2.
That's a really good changeup. Looks like it's in a hittable zone, and then all of a sudden the bottom falls out of it. And it is Grasso swinging over top of it. Good pitch location right now from the left-hander.
No, he granted double play at Park, just one step off the grass. Powers holds on. Williams at first base. Penny's 2-2. It is swung on and missed. The trifecta of changeups gets an all-important first out, and Penny has his first official strikeout in Futures League baseball, and it's for the Norwich Sea Unicorns.
Yeah, welcome to the Rose City, my friend. What a display of pitching. Just back-to-back, all off speed, and it was a similar swing for Grasso on all 3 of them.
Penny trying to roll the all-important double play. He'll try to do it against the backstop Peterson. Another changeup. That's now 4 in a row that have been swung through by Nashua hitters.
That's a hit. That's a pitch you can almost do nothing with, except exactly that over top of it. Really funny swing.
Peterson trying to drive in run number 2 for Nashua. Williams takes off at first base. It's past Miller. Play at the plate's going to be close. Penny covers. However, that ball is up the line. Really no play at it. And another run is in as Wilson crosses the plate. Another miscue from the Norwich defense.
Yeah, that base runner over at first, Williams created all sorts of distractions for Penny. Just completely lost his delivery home. Very off balance, and it just sailed on him. And all of a sudden, another man in scoring position in this league growing.
That run will be charged to Jacob Schrage as he was on when he left the game. Still a runner in scoring position. That's Williams at second base. Penny's changeup this time inside and low now down in the count 2-1 with 1 out here. An all-important spot. That run was probably going to end up scoring anyways just due to mathematical reasoning. Now it's about limiting an additional run scoring at him.
Yeah, again, have to get back in the zone here. The changeup has been good. Now a spot for an inside heater coming.
The 2-1, the heater indeed inside, but too far. Now 3-1. Trying to not limit another base. This will be free base number 6 after the pass ball was number 5. Norwich essentially beating themselves at the moment. And that has been a problem at times this summer. 5 errors in Lowell on Sunday. Yesterday, just 1. The 3-1. Penny puts a good pitch across. However, Kaufman's in pursuit, and he will make the play out in left field, an all-important out, and limits the Nashua attack to what has happened a lot to Norwich, and it's an unproductive out, and Penny is 1 pitch away from getting out of it relatively unscathed.
Yeah, great read off the bat for Kaufman. Quick into the alley. Glove that down. Help Penny spot his second out of the inning. This is a big moment here for Penny still to get through this inning with minimized damage. Another left on right matchup You have to make sure you stay in the zone. Cannot allow another free base.
Lineup card will flip over. That's A.J. Cole. Single to lead off the game, went 4-3 in the third as Grand made a good play at second base. Now with 2 outs. Cobb puts it in to center field. Pengel in pursuit. However, T.J. Bayer takes over. And Penny, relatively good outing so far. He limits the damage, just 1 run allowed, and that will be charged to Jacob Schrage anyways. We head here to the home half of the 5th. The Norwich offense limited to 1 run. You're watching Sea Unicorns baseball on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
We head to the home half of the 5th inning here in Norwich, Connecticut. Just 1 hit from this Norwich attack so far. Penny does a good job to limit damage. It's now 2-0 Nashua. They've had a lot of fun out there. You could argue it is Christmas. Speaking of Christmas, on the 25th of July, we have Christmas in July with a Santa hat giveaway. That will be against New Britain, not this coming Saturday, but the one that follows, the final Saturday here at Dodd Stadium this year. Adam, as we mentioned, the days are going down just 1 more after the next 2 weeks.
Well, I'm going to be Santa Claus. What about you? Or maybe I'll be the elf on the shelf.
I don't know. A little short to be Santa Claus, don't you think? Maybe,
Who,
maybe
me?
maybe a little bit.
I think I am. Maybe I'll be Buddy the Elf.
Oh boy. Pasta, syrup, all the candy on top of it, the 5 food groups.
Exactly. I would love to see you. Maybe you could be Santa. You have the height for it. I'd love to see you here. If it's weather permitting, we don't need to see you sweat through the Santa suit here in the booth.
We'll do so. Maybe we'll make one of the members of the marketing team do it. Maybe that job is for them. But we'll see. We'll find out. Anyways, here, more so on the Grinch side of things for this Norwich offense over the last couple of days. In terms of offense, Donovan's out there for yet another inning of work. Has been wild, at least to start the game. Settled down more so, however, just 1 hit given up. That is it. That's the Bryce Miller double off the wall back in the 3rd. Out 2-0 to Carter Grant as he comes back. He lined out to left field back in the 2nd inning, trying to spark this offense. The Fairfield product. The 2-0 now make it 3, so a leadoff walk in the visiting half of this inning. Norwich trying to return the favor. Be a big one with Grant's speed.
Yeah, I don't think he's swinging here. 3-0 count. I force him in the strike zone, into your zone.
Forces him in the zone indeed. Donovan already with 2 walks so far today.
Double barrel action in the Nashua bullpen, but really light movement on that right side of the rubber.
Donovan's 3-1. He'll pull it, so that's walk number 3. He'll join Henry Ayers and Kenny Noe in the walk department. Norwich has the leadoff man on, the all-important leadoff man here in the 5th.
Yeah, this is the guy you want up. Bryce Miller, really good swing his first time up. And Nick Guarino's going to come out of the Nashua dugout. And I think a lot of this is just how you attack Bryce Miller. Really good swing his first time. This is a moment for Norwich to try and really put the heat on. And
looks like the change is going to be made. Interesting choice with the leadoff walk here in the 5th, maybe just to give a different look. We'll get you the new Nashua pitcher when we come back. You're watching Norwich Sea Unicorns baseball on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partner.
Welcome back to Norwich. Surprising change for Nashua, as it looked like Donovan was kind of cruising along, even though he gave up a leadoff walk. He'll give way to Henry Hebert. Has 10 appearances so far this year, has not won a game, has lost 3 of them. 15 strikeouts through 15 2/3. However, that ERA has skyrocketed to 11.49. His last appearance on the mound was July. Recently. Here, we'll get the correct name. I apologize. We'll make sure we get that updated here in just 2 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like it's Ryan Majorano.
Thank you very much, Majorano.
That is a Fairfield
guy. Familiar name to me. I should know that. Ryan Majorano had a good year, more so in that closing role. Big in the postseason as well. One of the best closers in the MAC Conference. Now known as the Metro.
Very familiar with the Silver Knights is Majorano. Spent the 2025 summer with Nashua as well.
Majorano has 8 appearances on the year, 0-2, 11 1/3 inning. The big thing for him is the strikeouts. He has 16 through those 11 innings, a 7.94 ERA. That has been higher than normal. Here his troubles have been present so far here during the summer. Didn't see too much trouble during the year, as previously mentioned. And he last pitched on July 8th against Vermont, where he just went 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits and 3 runs, only 2 of them being earned. Majorano deals with a leadoff walk. And we'll face Bryce Miller, who slapped a double in the 3rd. That's the only hit for Norwich tonight. Miller puts it on the ground to shortstop. Treyano Cobb all the way over. First pitch results in 2 outs. A twin killing and a momentum-killing ground ball. And Miller is retired. Adam, that is just exactly what the doctor ordered out of the Lowell bullpen.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Again, Norwich really fighting it offensively. And, boy, Majorano, I tell you what, the Fairfield Stag, exactly what you wanted. Attack low in the zone, create that weak ground ball. Then the middle infield did the rest for him. 2 outs.
Pretty standard 6-4-3. No, we unsure about the swing. It doesn't matter, called strike anyways. So Majorano doing it a little bit differently, usually via the strikeout, this time via the ground ball and a beautiful diving fastball. All of a sudden, momentum has changed here in the home half of the 5th. The 0-1 to Kenny Noe is fouled off now. 0-2. Majorano has had 3 great pitches to start his outing.
Yeah, he's been all over the strikes on that. Fastball is just jumping to home plate right now. Noe nowhere close to that fastball. Fouling it off, yes, but not comfortable right now. Well, I expect something's going to come up and inside here.
Majorano has a lot of life on that fastball. The 0-2 to Noe misses badly and falls off to the glove side. How do you compose it if you're Majorano after starting it off well?
Stick with your mechanics. That time he fell off the rubber. Try to really power that fastball home, and because it overthrew it, I think he's going to take something off of it. Off-speed pitch coming to Noe.
The 1-2. Noe takes a good pitch right on the inner black. However, benefit of the call goes to Kenny Noe. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. These are the situations for Norwich that have been all so important. The hitting with 2 outs has been really good after the first week.
It has been really good. And this is the guy you want. Really nice swing with 2 strikes on him as well from the left side.
The 2-2 from Majorano is a good foul ball by Kenny Noe, as there was late action on that slider from Majorano.
Yeah, it was this breaking ball. Saw a bevy of fastballs to begin his night, and that time off-speed pitch. Good work by Noe to stay on it and foul it off. Good defensive swing. Needs something against Majorano.
Sure do. Tough arm to do it against. However, the ERA is sky high. The 2-2. Now Called strike 3. The umpire made no signal, however, no, he's running, so apparently that was a strike 3 looking, and there's going to be a conversation between the umpires.
I thought that was ball 3. I don't know how you call that a strike. Got away from the catcher, no chance to frame it.
There's going to be a discussion. If it stands, that's going to be a strikeout and just a dropped ball behind the plate by Peterson.
See if we can get a replay at this pitch home.
Take a look at it again here very shortly. Nick DeRue doing an excellent job for us tonight. Umpires are discussing it. And it looks like it's just going to be ball 3.
Yeah, it looked like a ball.
It did.
And I'm not sure what Noe might have heard. Either way, that is good news. Nick Guarino wants to have a conversation as well. Full count, exactly what you're looking for from your leadoff hitter. Try and extend this inning, give TJ Bayer a chance with the man on. Surprising, to say the least, that Grand was not going. Obviously, one pitch was all it took to turn that 6-4-3 double play, so really no shot to do it unless Grand was going on that first pitch. Now a chance for Noe, and I thought the count was full.
Thought it was too. Can't see the fingers behind the home plate umpire just due to the fact that it's in front. The scoreboard says 2-2-2, so we're going to keep it that way as well. Majorano misses badly. It must have been ball 3. So that misses down low. Noe will take the free pass after to what can only be explained as an odd at bat.
Yeah, no doubt about it, but you take your walks how you can get it. Fourth issued by Nashua pitching today, and here is the top of the order, and that is what you wanted. Noe drawing the walk, fought off a couple tough pitches, right on right matchup. Be ready for that fastball. Majorano's really attacked with it. It's been running inside.
Noe leads from first. Bayer swings through strike 1. Much better against the righty hitters. Majorano is allowed to do pretty much anything he wants, whether it's pitch away with that slider, the changeup can dive, and right there you saw that fastball that runs really well.
Yeah, it did, and no shot for Bayer. Have to get that front foot down in a hurry. Need pitch recognition, pick it up out of the hand. It's a funky motion for Majorano, but it really works for him.
Sure does. Noe leads from first. Bayer swings through another one, this time the slider. So all the tricks out of the back pocket of Majorano to put Bayer down 0-2.
Yeah, good work of sequencing right now. Fastball, slider. You can do just about anything here.
The 0-2 with 2 outs. Noe stays put. Majorano's fastball in the air to left field. That's got some good carry to it. It is off the base of the wall. Colby Region waves Kenny Noe home. He will score as he stands up. It's now a 2-1 ball game. A 2-out double from TJ Bayer as it wasn't able to be corralled out in left field by Smith.
How about that, DB1? Feel an electric play of the game. Norwich finally gets it going here. Boy, watch the timing. Bayer all over this heater that is all over the middle of a plate. Just missed his first round trip of the summer. Either way, Noe comes racing home. And the Norwich offense waking up with 2 outs, but even better, 2-strike approach. TJ Bayer says hello to the Dodd Stadium night.
So 2 doubles off the wall is the offense so far. Bryce Miller had the one back in the second. Now a runner in scoring position for Matt Park, who's flied out to left field and struck out. So Majorano, after the walk, back-to-back hitters he could not retire to try to get out of the inning. And the oddity goes against the Silver Knights. Got some speed at second base with Bayer as well. 1 ball, no strikes here, 2 outs here in the home half of the 5th. That fastball was rocketed out of play.
Good swing, though, by Park. Starting to time it up. How about that approach, though, from Bayer? Norwich really needed something desperately. Finally got it here in this 5th inning tonight. Start to scratch back into the Nashua lead.
Majorano trying to wiggle out of it, minimize the damage as much as possible. The 1-1 is taking a good fastball that catches all of the plate, and this is a point for Majorano where this is exactly where he is normally used, high leverage situations. What are you looking to go to here, Adam?
I think he's going to go to that high fastball, try and speed up Park.
Let's see if he does it. 2 strikes on Park. He does do that. Park does a good job to stay in it. And he
Sometimes I know what I'm talking about.
I
used to pitch.
I'd say most. Used to pitch.
Yes.
Right-handed California native Adam Plager.
That was the spot. Majorano has a really good running fastball inside. Park has had a challenging time with that pitch. Well, I think he's going to go right back to it again.
The 1-2 to Park. 2 outs here. Bayer leads from second. The slider's a pretty one, and Majorano limits the damage. However, Norwich gets on the scoreboard, cuts the lead in half. We head to the 6th inning. A 2-1 lead for Nashua. You're watching Futures League Baseball on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Norwich, Connecticut. The Sea Unicorns get on the board. It's now 2-1. Each team has 2 hits aside. However, our 2-man crew is going to go back to the lead of Adam Plager. Pleasure to be with you in the 4th and the 5th. Play by Plager. Back to you.
Great stuff. As always, go to the 6th inning. Kevin Penny was really good in his Sea Unicorns debut, and we spoke about minimizing the damage. Because of it, Norwich able to scratch through for a run of their own in the home half of the 5th inning. The RBI double, T.J. Bayer, who's been so good in the 2 spot of the lineup. First man up in the frame is Hunter Troiano as the RBI knock today for Nashua. One of the 2 runs brought home today. He's looking at a first pitch ball from the southpaw. Kevin Penny out of Ramapo College in New Jersey. First summer in the Futures League. Left-hander set from the third base side of the rubber. 1-0. There's that off-speed pitch. Just missed. 2-0.
But a tight zone all night for all sides. So that's all you can ask for. If you're going to be consistent, at least be consistent with the same zone.
No doubt about that. That's how you keep the coaching staffs happy. 2-0 count on Troiano. Outside 3-0, and quickly count control here for the right-handed hitting shortstop Hunter Troiano, who is batting out of Gannon University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The 3-0 home. That is at the top of the zone. And getting the strike call is Penny, 3-1.
Looks like another lefty in the Norwich bullpen starting to get loose. So we'll see how managers that Getcher decides to play the rest of the game.
Second arm on the hill right now for Jacob Schrag, who began the night. That's on the outside black. Good spot for Penny, who's got that high 3/4 arm slot and really snaps it over the top. Full count, 3-2 on Troiano, who has the RBI double and has also popped out to first. It was a nice catch over there. Jackson Powers in foul territory on 3-2. It is inside for ball 4. And once again, Norwich losing a man to begin the second consecutive frame. It is the 4th walk issue today by Norwich pitching.
And it ended up being a run. Wilson came around to score. That run was not charged to Penny. That would go to Schrag as he was on when Schrag had left the ball game.
Here's the number 3 spot in the lineup, Connor Smith. He has popped out and flied out today. Norwich trailing by a run, but a man on to begin the 6th inning for Nashua. Ball 1's upstairs fans. This Saturday, it's a mystery giveaway now revealed here at Dodd Stadium. Sea Unicorns play host to the Lowell Spinners. The first 100 fans 21 and older will receive a Sea Hag IPA Cup with the Sea Unicorns back-to-back-to-back championship logo. And the first 500 fans 20 and younger on the ground is short to second for one. Relay throw to first. And Norwich turns a 6-4-3 twin killing double play. Good work by the left-hander Penny to induce that tailor-made double play. 2 outs. Here is the first baseman Hudson Story. The first 100 fans 20 and younger on Saturday, July 18th, will receive a Kona Ice Cup with the Sea Unicorns commemorative three-peat championship logo on it. The pitch home. Bouncing ball, chopped, awkward hop, snagged by Noe. He'll whip it across the diamond. How are you doing this inning? Kenny, yes, gets it done. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 Nashua on the Futures League Network. It is streaming live on YouTube. SNSN Sports. Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base. Show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at cunicorns.milbstore.com. That's cunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long.
Own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partner.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning here tonight in Norwich. Ryan Majorano stays out on the rubber for Nashua. Strong start for him to the night. He helped minimize the damage after the RBI double from T.J. Bayer, and this is a guy you're very familiar with out of Fairfield University. Has pitched in many high-leverage situations, trying to hold the fort down for Nashua as we head into the home 6th.
Yeah, it's a big spot for him, and we were discussing earlier, how long is he going to go? He's usually an 8th inning setup or a 9th inning closer. He doesn't pitch a lot in the middle stages of the game, and what becomes important about that is you get stretched out, and you don't want to do that, especially here in the summer. I'm a little surprised Fairfield hasn't shut him down yet. It's their big arm, especially with the era of the transfer portal. When you have a guy like Majorano and the caliber of player he is, it's important to keep him healthy and in Fairfield.
No doubt about that. Meeting with Jackson Powers on the ground, softly hit. A.J. Cobb to first, and the leadoff man retired in the Norwich 6th inning. Fans, Griswold Pride. Pride stands for the partnership to reduce the influence of drugs for everyone. Check out their Facebook page for information. That's Griswold Pride. Here is David Pengel. Pengel so far today from the 5 spot in the Norwich lineup. 0 for 2. Fly to right his last time up, has also popped out to second. Has not seen as many pitches as we are accustomed to seeing him take in the batter's box. He's looking at the off-speed pitch for ball 1.
Yeah, it's a different approach, right? You're trying to flip over the lineup when you're the 9 spot. This situation you're trying to get on quickly.
Ahead of Majorano, 2-0 now. Fastball missing up top. And the Sea Unicorns hoping for that equalizer here today against the Fairfield product. Fairfield against the Northeastern Husky in Pengel on the outer black. Called strike. Good fastball from Majorano, and that is one of his real go-to pitches to get a lot of outs. Can overpower guys. It is an overwhelming fastball because of that slider curveball ability with him. The pitch. There it is.
And he mixes it extremely well. He had a catcher this year, J.P. Cusick, who did an awesome job of mixing it up for him. And then Peterson does a really good job of calling games, and you saw that there. Pengel, a little bit more on time on the fastball, mixes it up with the slider.
It's even 2-2, so after falling behind, Majorano has it even, and he strikes him out. Boy, another wipeout breaking ball, and Pengel down by way of the K. 2 up, 2 down for Majorano in this 6th inning. Here's the DH, Henry Ayers.
Ayers has taken bases the freeway twice. However, he was walked on 4 pitches in the 2nd and took it the painful way in the 4th.
Yeah, he was caught on that right leg. Real tough one to reach, but Unicorns taking their base runners the way they can get them. Just 2 hits today. I'm not sure where that caught the strike zone. Either way, 0-1 is the count. Majorano ahead of Ayers. Right on left matchup. 2 down in the home half of the 6th inning. There's a chopper to third. Kablinski on the hop across the diamond. That goes into foul territory, and it is out of play, and Henry Ayers is into scoring position on a rare sighting error committed by Peter Kablinski, who does not offer many of those, and Norwich gets a gift and a chance to equalize the scoreboard.
Yeah, I thought when Kablinski took the ground ball, he popped up and hesitated. It was a weird way of doing it, and he then wanted to throw it. I don't think he had a grip on the baseball, and he clearly never got it back as it flies into the seats, into the first base side.
Here's Kaufman hoping to make Nashua pay the price in the 6th. Up top, fastball inside, missing for ball 1.
The bigger problem is Majorano has to throw more pitches. He's not used to throwing 25, 30 pitches. It's more in the 15 to 20 range.
1-0 count on Taylor Kaufman. The right-hander set. He's ready to operate outside 2-0. And correct me if I'm wrong. Jimmy Mulvaney's the arm after him at Fairfield? Or no?
I don't know. It depends where you go, right? I think Majorano, 2 different styles of pitching, but we'll see. We never know. Mulvaney now, I believe he's in the NECBL.
No, but I meant at Fairfield.
Oh, I see.
Not here with Nashua. There's no Jimmy Mulvaney on the Silver Knights, but
I was gonna say,
he normally setting up Jimmy?
It's usually the other way, actually. It used to be that way.
Okay.
When Majorano was a little bit younger, it used to be, okay, Majorano set up Mulvaney for the 9th inning.
Yeah.
But Mulvaney's velocity has ticked down a little bit. His off-speed stuff's really good, and now you want to bring in kind of a fireballer for the 9th.
Here's the 2-1. Good off-speed pitch for strike 2. Jimmy Mulvaney was a closer here in Norwich in 2024, a Futures League champion and all-star, and a huge storyline in that 2nd consecutive title. Majorano hoping to bring some of those same fortunes to Nashua. Here is the 2-2 home. Swing and a miss, tied him up, and Kaufman punches out 2 Ks in the 6th for the right-hander Majorano. We go to the 7th, 2-1. Silver Knights on top on the Futures League Network and live on YouTube. SNSN Sports.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, we're cruising right along on the 7th inning here tonight.
Don't jinx it.
Unicorns and Silver Knights 2-1 for Nashua on top. Kevin Penny right back to work.
Yeah, I mean, I wish the game was longer. More runs means a longer game, but maybe a 3-2 victory. I have a feeling it's a walk-off night. I really do. I don't know why.
That could really jolt this group.
100%.
That kind of win. Have not had a walk-off yet this summer, and that is rare to say for Norwich. This has been a team that has so much drama at Dodd throughout the 3-peat dynastic run. Different story here in 2026. Norwich hoping to find the magic once again. Start of the 7th inning. Peter Kiblinski, who committed that error, will kick it off for Nashua. It is a left-hander still out there for Norwich, and it has been good stuff today. In the air, left field. It'll hang out there for Taylor Kaufman, one away. Fans, Friday night fireworks are back at Dodd Stadium on Friday, July 17th. The Sea Unicorns playing host to the Vermont Lake Monsters. 6:30 first pitch. Our post-game fireworks spectacular, thanks to our good friends at Liberty Bank. Other post-game firework nights, including July 24th and July 31st. Still tickets available. Go SeaUnicorns.com. They have you covered for all your ticketing needs, or you can call the Dodd Stadium front office. It's 1-0. Mason Wilson.
That's a day we have a lot of 2 full weekend series ahead of us. We'll have the final Friday of the month as well. So the rest of the Fridays, all fireworks here at Dodd Stadium.
Fridays at Dodd, nothing better. The pitch, leaving a foul off on the right side. This is a good first impression for Penny, and he's really trying to establish himself out of the Norwich pen. But more importantly, we bid our farewell to Aiden Cochran, and a huge congratulations to him. Free agent signing to the San Diego Padres. He's heading to the complex in Arizona, where I would imagine he will spend the remainder of this season in their pitching lab. And they are a system that really develop pitchers, and they have a lot of belief in the Connecticut local who played his high school ball at nearby East Lyme High School. Was not on any draft board. And San Diego going off the grid, but we can certainly tell you, boy, he's going to be a fun arm to watch.
He sure will be, and Penny's been fun to watch as he gets the wrong side of that call. Looked like it cut a lot of the plate, and you mentioned a Padres system that's had so many pitching legends, especially outside their stadium as well. Big statue of one. California man right here.
Yep. Here is the 2-2 coming home. It is taken. Holding up for ball 3 is Wilson. Count is full. Trevor Hoffman, their closer, longtime closer, Hall of Famer. So good for them. 3-2 the count on Wilson. Full count offering from the lefty. It is swung on and missed. Struck him out. Boy, what a wipeout slider from the southpaw. Penny, 2 up, 2 down in this 7th inning. But most importantly, KP giving Norwich a little middle inning relief length.
Sure is. I mean, when I saw Penny come in with the runners on the corners, I was like, oh no, this is a tough situation to come into. But boy, has he stepped up to the plate well. No pun intended, of course.
He's really executed his pitches. That has been a story for him. That's at the top of the zone on the outside corner, and when you are throwing strikes, you get those fortuitous calls.
You sure do, don't you?
We're in the top of the 7th inning tonight. Norwich still trying to get their offense going, trailed by a run. That's wired up the middle for a base hit, and that'll keep the inning alive. It is Phoenix Williams ambushing early in the count. There is a 2-out base runner for Nashua. Fans, 2 more midweek ballpark bundles remain, and they both come against the WestField Starfires. By purchasing a premium seat, you'll have the chance to enjoy 2 hot dogs, all for the price of $15. A Dodd Stadium glizzy.
Dude, what a deal that is. Sign me up. I don't know why you wouldn't be here on a Wednesday.
Yeah, you need to be here. Go SeaUnicorns.com. As always, 6:30 our first pitch. You can watch Norwich face Westfield on the ground. Boy, this is going to be a tough play. Noe has to scoop back for it, whips it to first, and the Sea Unicorns get through it. It was a hit and run. Williams was on the go, and Noe recovers, and it is a scoreless 7th inning for Kevin Penny. Stretch time in Norwich, 2-1 for the Silver Knights.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
The night is over for Ryan Majorano. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The new arm in the ball game is the right-hander Brandon Metivier, the rising senior out of Wheeling University, a homegrown product out of Nashua, New Hampshire. Gets the rock for Nick Guarino's group. Make his 13th appearance of the summer. It's all out of the Nashua bullpen. 1-1 his record. Over 19 innings worked, his ERA locked in at a 2.84 ERA. It's the back of the bullpen now for Nashua, clinging to a 1-run lead, and Norwich really trying to make them work.
Last time you saw him July 12th when Nashua hosted New Britain. 1 inning, 1 hit, and 1 earned run, and included a strikeout as well. Norwich will start with Carter Gran. He lined out to left and has taken a walk today. Then we'll switch it over to Miller, who smacked one of the 2 doubles and the 2 hits as well. And then it will flip over to the all-dangerous Kenny Noe.
That's what you want. You got to have traffic on with Kenny coming to the plate. You need to find a way to really ramp up the pressure against this Nashua bullpen. They are a group that have pitched really well. They're 4-0 this summer against Norwich. Have had the Sea Unicorns number, and boy, this is a game the Sea Unicorns desperately need in the worst way.
They need it in the worst way. As you mentioned, I don't think I could have put it better myself. You don't want to go 0-2 to start off this homestand. We were talking, though, I think it's happening. I think it's walk-off. You believe it's this inning. I don't want to speak for you, but that's what you said.
That is what I did say, Dale. But it does start in the hands of Carter Gran. And when he is at his best, he sees a lot of pitches, worked a really nice walk his last time up there. Hoping to start the train in the Norwich 7th. Right on right, the pitch home, fouled off for strike 1.
That's a funky little 2-seam sinker action by Metivier out of the bullpen. That's going to be difficult for the right-handers.
Metivier, one of the top arms in the Futures League, especially in the bullpen. And he is familiar in these spots. 0-1 on Gran. The pitch home. Popped him up on the right side. Going to be a tough play. Long run out there. It is going to fall in. It's a base hit. Past the diving reach of Grasso. Cruising into second is the Fairfield Stag, Carter Gran. A blue double down the line in right field. Finds a shade of outfield grass, and the tying run is in scoring position.
It sure is. This has been the spot all year where it's been tough. I believe Miller's going to lay down a bunt to start it, as that conversation with Colby Regione is occurring right now just to try to scratch that run across.
Well, what an effort. It was in no man's land. Cobb and Grant. Check that. Cobb and Grasso ran out of time to try and make a play on it. And with it skittering away from Grasso, Grant able to stroll into scoring position. Here is Miller in the corner in at first. That is Hudson Story. Same for Kablinski playing off the corner. And stepping off the rubber is Metivier.
Only has one of those disengagements left.
I think you get more in the Futures League. Not so sure they apply the rule here.
I believe there's only 2. You have to throw it on the third for sure. I know that.
The pitch home. There is that bunt. It is a good one. Going to be a tough play over there. And there is going to be no play at first. Bryce Miller with a bunt single, and Norwich has them at the corners. It is an executed bunt, and you called it.
Yeah, I think that's what that conversation is. It's the right play. It's a great call, whether that be from the dugout, from Gitcher, or from third base by Region. It's exactly what you needed, and now you're threatening first and third situation. I expect Miller to be on the move.
Kenny Noe will bat here with men at the corners and a chance to tie the ball game at 2.
It's got to happen here. Has to happen.
A favorable matchup against the right-hander with the switch-hitting Noe. Corner in at third is Kablinski, backed up inside with a heater called strike.
Ball plays a run, essentially. Can't really see anything else happening. It looks like Region is about to send him anyways. Grand's got to run right on contact, in my opinion.
See what Miller will do at first. He has the bunt single. He's not going to go. Noe, chopper to short. Waiting back on it. Throw to second for one. Relay to first. Not in time. RBI ground out. Kenny Noe produces the game-tying run. Carter Grand trots home, and we're at equilibrium.
Exactly what you needed. Just find a way to manufacture a run, and then you only have one out with Noe on first and Bayer up. This is exactly the spot you want to be in if you're Norwich. And for Nashua, obviously unlucky with that bloop double, if you will. However, Nashua's had some luck their way as well.
So Norwich has the game even, 2 runs, 4 hits. And the Silver Knights, 2 runs on 3 hits. Showing bunt is Bayer, another good one. Softly hit, pouncing off the rubber. Metivier throws to first, and safe is TJ Bayer. Second bunt base hit, well executed right now, and Bayer is on at first. Noe in scoring position at second, and the Sea Unicorns with a chance to grab the lead.
They sure do, and Matt Park is 100% due. He's put the ball in play really well over the last couple of days. However, the last 2 at-bats have been swinging strikeouts. This would be a big moment for him.
Park with the 2 Ks, as you mentioned today. And the Sea Unicorns starting to find their stride offensively against Brandon Metivier, who has been so good in this spot. The pitch. Good block back there by Peterson. That prevents any movement on the base pass.
It sure does, and this is going to really test Metivier. Hasn't been in this spot very much this season, so finding a way to get out of it, the double play ball is in order.
Norwich has runners at first and second. Metivier playing his college ball at Bellarmine University. Is the count even 1-1 on the Bobcat, Matt Park. Metivier working from the stretch. Double play alignment for Nashua. Heater grazes the outer edge. Strike 2. This is the 4th summer for Metivier in the Futures League, and it is all with Nashua.
Wouldn't you? It's right in your backyard.
Yep. 1-2. Count control on Park. The offering home is through the right side, a base hit. The wave at third, Kenny Noe to the plate, and the Sea Unicorns have taken the lead in the 7th inning. RBI knock, Matt Park. It's a 3-2 ball game.
Big time for Matty P, just able to squeak it over through that right side. Park, good compact swing, just enough to get it past Story over at first base. Unicorns up 3-2.
And what did I say?
You were right. I'll put a hand up. I'll take some accountability.
Well, very much due was Matt Park, and he did deliver. It was past the backhand side of the first baseman Story. At the corners they are for Powers. Norwich looking for some insurance in the air. Center field, Phoenix Williams will watch it fall into his mitt. Tagging from third is Bayer. He will score. RBI, sac fly, Jackson Powers. And the Sea Unicorn offense has erupted for 3 in the 7th inning and lead the game 4-2.
Yeah, turn this game on its head, essentially, and that's a great at-bat there from JP. Just putting the ball in play in the outfield, that's all that was needed to give another insurance run.
Here is David Pengel with 2 outs in the inning. And Metivier has watched Nashua squander the lead, and now they trail by 2. The pitch. Pengel backed up on the breaking ball. Aboard at first for Norwich is Matt Park. The RBI single through the right side. 1-0 on Pengel. The pitch home. He's jammed. Fisted foul on the right side, and that has been a pitch for Metivier. Has not really had working this inning, that inside heater, and that time he tied up Pengel.
You mentioned that, but he started the inning with the heater, and it looked like it was going to be a short inning, but a 3-spot here in the 7th for Norwich.
The pitch. Wave and a miss. Good. Slider.
That hasn't been there either for Metivier. He hasn't really thrown it. Been in a lot of counts where he shouldn't. Down in the count. But now I kind of expect him to go back. David Pengel does not deal with the slider well.
No, especially that outside off-speed pitch. 1-2. The pitch home. He flips it in the air. Going to be a tough play out there. It's going to fall in, a base hit. Corner to corner, Matt Park. And David Pengel makes the adjustment. And for the first time tonight, Pengel is on. Lots of speed at first. Inning continues. Henry Ayers.
Yeah, really good approach there from Pengel, just trying to keep the weight back. All the distribution, whether that be in the back leg or the center of the body, good hitting leads to a good result.
Fans, the Burns Agency. Let them simplify your insurance needs. Go to theburnsagency.com to find out more. The Burns Agency, now part of Hub International. A favorable matchup for Ayers batting. He's looking at a bottom shelf heater.
And another big spot for Ayers. He's cooled off over the month of July, and a different role, the DH spot where he normally hits better behind the plate. However, he's hitless this evening. Hasn't been given a lot of opportunity, though, to be fair.
Ayers waiting in that lefty box. There goes the base runner, Pengel, and fouling away. Strike 2 is Ayers. Do you throw down to second, 2 outs in the inning, now 2 strikes? I think you just let Pengel have it.
Especially down 2 runs. Maybe a 1-run game, different situation, because you don't want to be, giving up an insurance run later stages of the game, but you kind of just let Pengel have it. He probably has it anyways.
0-2 on Ayers. Pengel will wait on this pitch, and again, slicing it foul is the West Caldwell, New Jersey native. He is in the portal. Still awaiting his next destination. Hits in 5 straight games for Ayers. Metivier is set. The pitch, there goes Pengel. It is punched foul.
A little different of approach here for Ayers and during that 5-game hitting streak is everything's been going the other way. Not a lot has been pulled, and that was a great 2-strike swing, just being able to flick it out in left field. Standard depth for the most part, except out in center. Williams is pretty far back there. And playing towards the pitch.
Ayers is the 8th man to the plate this inning. The pitch home. Popped him up in foul territory. Kablinski giving chase. He'll make the grab on it. But the damage has been done. The Sea Unicorns strike thrice, are on top. 4-2. We go to the 8th inning. When we come back, Sea Unicorns Baseball is streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partner.
Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at cunicorns.milbstore.com. That's cunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long. And the Sea Unicorns on top for the first time tonight. Hold a 4-2 lead over the Silver Knights, 4 runs on 7 hits. Nashua 2 runs on 3 hits 1 error. Good stuff today in the season debut for Kevin Penny out of the Norwich bullpen. He gives way for the southpaw. Another left-hander, it is Sam Hutchinson. The Yukon product makes his first appearance out of the Norwich pen. 4 starts this summer. Has worked 10 2/3 of an inning, ERA 14.34 for himself. His last outing for Norwich was back at LeLacheur Park, and it did not go his way against the Spinners. He surrendered 6 earned runs, including that grand slam he surrendered to Cam Biller. Worked just 2 innings in that ball game. He suffered the loss. So, a change in plans for him out of the Norwich bullpen, hoping to nurse this 2-run lead to the finish line tonight. He's greeted by Ben Peterson, looking downstairs at ball 1.
Got to have control of the strike zone for Hutch out of the bullpen. It's a different role for him. There is pressure, of course, every time you take them out, but you're in it with a 2-run lead instead of starting a game.
1-0 count on the Silver Knights catcher today. The offering home. Wave and a miss. Good response.
Response from Hutch. Long release. It takes a while for him to get to the plate, which can hide the baseball a little bit from these Nashua hitters.
Been a guy that has struggled at times to manage the run game, and that's why it's important for him to keep those bases empty. In a 2-strike count now with Peterson so far today. The Nashua catcher has struck out and flied out. Hutchinson trying to take care of him to begin the Silver Knights 8th. 9-1-2. The pitch. Up top, 2-2.
Good miss for Hutch. If you're going to miss, be around the zone. A lot of misses last week were way off. Just the mechanics weren't there. He looks a lot more composed in this role.
It is even 2-2 on Ben Peterson. The pitch home. That is a chopper to third. In and out of the mid. Park recovering, and he's going to hold on to it. And it is the first error committed by the Norwich defense tonight. The leadoff man is on for the Nashua offense, and it will turn over the lineup card for the leadoff man, A.J. Cobb. Fans, it is Sunday fun days at Dodd Stadium. Zach Gitcher is coming out of the Norwich dugout, but as he does that, a chance to let you know the Sea Unicorns are home this Sunday, July 19th. At 1 o'clock is the first pitch, thanks to New London Public Schools Magnet Pathways. Nick Guarino and Zach Gitcher are out of the Norwich dugout and the Nashua dugout. I'm not sure what is going on right now.
I think they collided at first base.
Okay.
I don't know if we have a look at it, if possible. There's no reason that JP and the Nashua side would be out otherwise.
Yeah.
Our trainer Tim never made it out of the dugout, though, so it could have been that serious, you know.
No.
Tim's always on it down there.
He is. So the lead man is on to start the frame. Top of the order, A.J. Cobb. After the error committed first of the night for Norwich defensively. And this is a big spot for Hutchinson. Bunt being show, dribbled foul.
Got to get it down. It's a lost art in this game, unfortunately. You see it even at the highest level in the MLB, and we'll see if we see any in the All-Star game tonight. Probably not.
Probably
would be my
not.
assumption, and it's these types of situations. It's a 2-run game. You got a great chance to get a runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs, and putting it into 2, 3, and 4 in your lineup, it's important to execute these plays, of course.
Ahead is Hutchinson. He's going to step off the rubber. Hutch played in the NECBL back in 2025 in Bristol. Plays his college ball at UConn, coming back from an injury. Transfer there from Central Connecticut State. The pitch. Bottom shelf fastball missing for ball 1. Cobb gets a call to land his way. So far tonight, the Silver Knights second baseman has singled, grounded out, and flied out. The 1-1 pitch. Right back up the middle. Softly hit. Going to be a tough play. Throw to first. And Park able to check that Powers able to keep his positioning on the bag at first. There is one out.
Good decision by Carter Grant. It was nice and quick. He had a choice either to go to the bag himself, flip to Kenny Noe to get the 4-6 put out, or just to make the play at first over to JP. Proved to be the right decision.
Absolutely was. And he was caught in between. What a play by Jackson Powers to stretch out, showed that athleticism. Looks like a natural over there at first, and he is going to give the Norwich coaching staff options if he continues his success on the defensive side of the baseball. He's been so good with the bat right now that you need him in your lineup. And without Mike Fiataroni, a chance for him to play some first base. Up and away, 1-1. No Jack Treat today in the lineup. Another guy who can play first, and John Bureau as well. It is even on Troiano. Hutchinson from the stretch. He's the second consecutive left-hander being used today for the Sea Unicorns, and a rare art to be able to double up your lefties out of the pen.
You got a right-hander going. It looks like it's Adam Carpenter, so it might go to the right-hander here if Hutch gets in a little bit more trouble.
Norwich trying to protect a 2-run lead. We're in the 8th inning today. That's down low, 3-1. Breaking ball pitch spinning down low.
I think Carp's ready to go, so this might be Hutch's last batter if he loses him with the righty on deck.
3-1. It is the top of the order for Nashua. The pitch home. Up top for ball 4, and it is a 5-pitch walk issued by Hutchinson. 2 are on. With 1 out, Zach Gitcher will maintain his spot in the Norwich dugout. He's on the top step. And I imagine this would be the final batter tonight for Hutchinson in his first relief appearance. Mason, check that. Connor Smith coming to the plate. Is taking for ball 1. And here is Zach Gitcher. And right now, difficulties with control for Hutchinson, and the entire Norwich infield will join the huddle.
I wonder what this conversation's about. Maybe it's a ploy to bear down on the hitter, get the out. This is your last one anyways, find a way to do it. Or it's just a buying time tactic. We see that a lot here in the Futures League. Umpires tend to give a little bit more time to the mound visits and trying to find a way just to buy Carp some time to get in the game. Time for the infielders to reset. And this is the type of situations that Norwich have dealt with all year. It feels as if it's been that type of season where wins have not come easy.
No. It's always a journey and adventure to the finish line, and tonight in the top of the 8th inning, after Norwich broke through for 3 in the bottom of the 7th, the tying man is on for Nashua, and it is the middle of their lineup. Here is Connor Smith. It is the hot zone of the lineup for the Silver Knights, and they have been good during this stretch. And Hutchinson will test them here with runners on, including a man in scoring position. 1-0 on Smith. Hutch is set, his offering. On the right side, it is scooped up by Grant. Oh, he let that go through, and it will make it a 1-run ball game. So immediately getting the job done is Smith. Was going to be a tough play for Grant, and it is an RBI knock, and quickly the tying run at third.
So that type of inning, he was safe. I know there was arguments from Norwich's bullpen. We have a great view at it. The ball was there. Matt Park just did not get the tag down, and there's less than 2 outs in this inning, runners on the corners. Not really much of a runner at first base is Smith, but who knows at this point, trying to chase a run.
Here's the cleanup man, Hudson Story. Left on left matchup for Hutchinson. Trying to maintain the lead. That's in the zone. Good spot. Outside corner.
I'm a little surprised that Story is batting right now. I understand he's a very dangerous hitter. He's had a great season. 1-run game, you want to play the matchups. He hasn't had a hit today.
Hutchinson ahead of him. That's on the outer black for a called strike. Sea Unicorns trying to hold on to their now 1-run lead. Tying run at third. Go-ahead marker on at first. Hutchinson from the third base side of the rubber. On 0-2, though, there goes the base runner. That's upstairs for ball one. And walking into scoring position is Smith.
Good choice by Miller not to throw the baseball.
So now things becoming hairy in this 8th inning for Hutchinson. He really needs a strikeout now, or ground ball right at someone on the infield. Here's the pitch. That is lined right at the first baseman. Powers, 2 outs. Boy, watch your lips there. That was scrolled off the bat, a story. And here is Zach Gitcher. That's it for Sam Hutchinson. 2/3 of an inning, surrenders a run, and things have got intense here in this 8th inning. New arm when we come back.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right, right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
A quick night for Sam Hutchinson. Surrenders a run, and the tying man on at third after the screaming line drive to Powers. New pitcher is Adam Carpenter.
Hey, Carbs, really been good for this team this year. 11 appearances, 2-0, 14 innings pitched, matches his strikeout total as well, 2.57 ERA. The big thing that has been the problem is the whip. That is at 1.29 on the year. Carp's last appearance was July 9th against Worcester. He pitched an inning and allowed a hit and picked up one of those strikeouts as well.
He'll try and hold the lead. He'll be greeted by the 5th place hitter in the lineup, Peter Kablinski, a guy who is certainly well on his way towards the All-Star game with the first half he has had, and Adam Carpenter, a guy arguably just as impressive. And the right-hander trying to hold on to this lead. This is a huge tipping point in the ball game.
Well, it sure is, and for Carpenter, this is a big moment for him. They're trying to get into the All-Star game. Who knows what this start could bring in terms of consideration. Being able to shut down this inning. He only needs one out, and he comes into a lot of these high-leverage situations a lot.
He does, and he's going to be asked to hold on to it. And once again, you hate to beat the drum, but more times than not, if Aiden Cochran is available, this would have been his spot in the ball game to enter. Zach Hitcher has said he does not like forcing relievers into messy spots. Loves to start them in a clean inning. Not the case here. His hand has been forced. The Nashua bats starting to sizzle back to life. Carpenter and Kablinski right on right. 2 outs in the frame. The pitch. That is paintwork, but below the zone.
Yeah, it's a good slider. It's a good start from Carp. Even though it was a ball, it has Kablinski off balance. And here's the thing. You got to keep this ball in the infield. Anything in the outfield with this wind in the air tonight could carry forever.
It could also give Nashua the lead. A hit could do that. On the ground, softly hit. Matt Park trying to seal the deal. He does, and the Sea Unicorns get out of it. Strand the tying run and go-ahead markers. It is a 4-3 Norwich lead. We go to the bottom of the 8th when we come back. Sea Unicorns baseball streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you two ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Norwich preserves their lead. Scary moments in the top of the inning. But thanks to the work of Adam Carpenter, he avoids further damage. It's a 4-3 ball game. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and as we head there, there is a pitching change to alert you. It is Aaron Forges. He is on the mound now for Nashua. The rising senior, 6'2", 195 pounds, right-hander out of William and Mary. Little Leominster, Massachusetts is on the rubber. The Sea Unicorns hoping for some insurance against him. So far this summer for Forges, he's pitching to a ERA locked in at 0. Make his 7th appearance of the summer, 4 saves as well over 6 innings worked. He has been lights out for Nashua.
Sure has. Norwich trying to get a win here before they hit the road tomorrow. Eric Mathewson will be the starter, the Eastern Connecticut University right-handed pitcher. 8 appearances on the year, 4 of which he'll be started, so he'll make his 5th tomorrow. 1-0, 19 2/3 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts. The ERA is at 5, the whip at 1.27. Last appearance was in one of the games of the doubleheader last week, July 9th, where he was masterful. Started game 2, 5 innings, 3 hits, and just 1 run. More importantly, 8 Ks.
He was sensational in his best outing of the summer, no doubt about it. Here is Taylor Kaufman. He'll start it off for Norwich in this 8th inning. On the ground, rolled over to A.J. Cobb. Gobble it up, toss to first. 1 pitch, 1 out.
That's exactly what you don't want to do. You want to make this a long inning. If you are the Norwich offense, give the closer a little bit more time to warm up. Hard to tell from our angle who is warming up. You would think it might go to Flannery.
Doesn't look like it.
It looks like more McGettigan than anything. He's not usually used in a closing role. However, that's what it looks like.
Flannery struggled his last outing for Norwich, and the Sea Unicorns won it. He did earn the save, but it was a scary night at Fitton Field. On a Jackson Powers laser to the plate, allowed the Sea Unicorns to stave off a Bravehearts 9th inning comeback, which was oh so close. The 1-0 home. That is lifted up the middle. It's a base hit. Carter Grand, have yourself a night, and the Sea Unicorns have a 1 out base runner.
They sure do. Carter Grand has reached 3 out of the 4 times, hit the ball hard. The one time he was retired when Smith caught a line drive out and left. Ever since, though, 5th inning walk, back-to-back innings with a hit. Started that 7th inning 3-run affair with the leadoff double, and now he's got himself a 1-baser.
So he is on. He represents some insurance. Over top of it is Miller, strike 1. He has a double tonight. He's also hit into a double play as well, and the bunt base hit for Bryce Miller. On at first is Grant. He runs well. Not going, though. Waving a miss. Good slider that time from Forges, and he's quickly ahead, 0-2.
He sure is. That's been the pitch for Miller and Pengel. It's that slider that's going away from him. A lot of movement, a lot of good ones here in the league. And just trying to find a way to see it better.
On 0-2. That's on the outside corner, and Miller knew it right away. 2 down.
Another strikeout for Miller, but it's good communication. It's exactly what I was talking about earlier in the pregame show. Communicate what you're seeing if you're going to go down, especially when you're turning the lineup over to Kenny Noe, who had an RBI in his last at-bat.
It was a RBI ground out for Noe. It's been really good defensively. Must have been that fielding work you guys were discussing before the game.
I can't take credit. Obviously, when you grow up and you play the game, you're supposed to learn the same things, and it's good to see that even though Kenny is a touch younger than I am, it's still going through the system.
No doubt about it. 0-1 on Noe. He's lining it back up the middle. A base hit. Boy, watch your face. That was scolded up the middle, and Kenny Noe is on, and the Sea Unicorns hoping to surge with 2 outs in the 8th inning.
After that 1 pitch, 1 out from Kaufman, it looked like, this is going to be a quick inning. However, good at bats from the last 3 guys, Carter Grant, Miller, and then Kenny Noe. 2 out of the 3 have reached.
This is the guy you want. Bayer with the double and the bunt base hit today. A man in scoring position for Norwich. And that is a huge runner at second base. It is Carter Grant. Aboard at first is Noe. And the success continuing at the top of the order for Noe. Bayer, chopper to third. Kablinski handles it, and he'll take the route to the third base bag. Norwich strands a couple of men. It is the 9th when we return. Sea Unicorns Baseball is streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
It is Adam Carpenter's 9th inning to be had. He is eyeing his first save of the summer, and it won't be easy sledding to lock it up. Mason Wilson, Phoenix Williams, and Robbie Grasso. It is 6, 7, and 8 in the Nashua lineup. Adam Carpenter, who has been nails all summer. Jack Scholes is unavailable. He went 2 1/3 innings yesterday. Sean McGettigan has been loosening. And Sean Flannery, a guy I would imagine also available if needed tonight. But right now, the faith in the right arm of Carp trying to lock it down tonight.
Absolutely it is. And tough part of the lineup. Between these 3 guys, they've reached 3 times. Got to find a way to not only minimize damage, but make those outs quick.
Yeah. Well, there's no damage to really minimize. You can't get into it.
That's what I'm saying. You can't get there.
Right on right to start in this 9th inning. Here is Mason Wilson. He struck out twice and the walk. The pitch home. Fastball up top for ball 1. We head to the finish line, and we can only do it with Highway Campers. Home is where you park it. That's the motto for Highway Campers on Route 12 in Plainfield. Family owned since 1967. Camping season is here. Check out their inventory of new and used park models at highwaycampers.com. Remember, home is where you park it. 2-0 on the leadoff man, Mason Wilson, in this Nashua night.
You got to be really quick, I think, with the hook. I don't know if the arm down there is ready, but I think Carp, if he lets the first 2 guys on, is gone.
Yeah. Have to find a way. 3-0.
3-0 indeed.
Now the potential for the tying man to reach that much closer. And everyone engaged on the Nashua dugout. They're on the top step. Same for Norwich. Tense moments here in the 9th inning. The 3-0 outside. He lost him nowhere near the zone. And the leadoff man is on.
Yeah, you gotta make him earn it, especially in the 9th inning. There's no other way to say it, and Carp knows that. There's no need for me to enunciate it as much as I am. However, this might be a meeting. Impossible hook as well. It doesn't look like it. No signal has been given until right now.
Well, that is it. 4 out of the zone, and Zach Gitcher needing a win tonight. He did get his job done in the 8th inning. Helmut Norwich preserved the lead, at least till here. New arm. We meet him when we come back.
Own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partner.
Three years ago, history was made.
Picks and deals. Swing and a miss. There it is. It's over. The Sea Unicorns win. The Futures League runs through the Rose City.
2 years ago, they proved they could do it again.
Third, he's gonna come all the way home and score! The Norwich Sea Unicorns are back-to-back Future League champions.
In 2025, a dynasty was born.
A bouncer, Walsh charges in, he snaps it across the diamond. Say goodnight to the Bees. 3 straight championships in the Rose City.
Now the Sea Unicorns set sail for another chapter. We go to the new arm in the Norwich bullpen, Sean McGettigan. Riser to Monmouth, a 1-1 record, looking for his second save this summer. 10 1/3 innings worked, 5.23 his ERA. McGettigan was last to work for Norwich back on July the 9th against Worcester. Went an inning in that outing, and he struck out a man, did not allow any hits.
Big spot for the Riser. No matter what happens, it's a learning opportunity. Win or the unfortunate result would be a blown save. However, I don't think that's going to happen.
No. A lot of confidence here for McGettigan. He's ready to go. The pitch home, showing bunt. That should be a called strike. And it is. 0-1 on Phoenix Williams, who did not bring his bat back in time. It was up top. Showing that bunt. He has a really good speed, does Williams, the center fielder.
Technique's got to be there. You got to get your chest to the pitcher if you're going to lay that down. Bat is flat and you move with your arms. You don't move the bat. There he goes.
Tying run on. He is showing his intentions. Drops it down. Picked by Park. He'll toss to first. How about that set of soft hands? But the tying run in scoring position. Execution from Williams. 1 out.
Good execution from Williams, especially with that first pitch. It looked, frankly, terrible. It's just not good technique at all. Being able to pull away, not in time, but he didn't square himself to put him in a position for success anyways. Best ball players have a short memory. Does his job.
So in scoring position is Wilson, now Robbie Grasso.
Well, Grasso had a mark defensively on this game.
It is a pinch hitter, though, for Nashua. It is, in fact, going to be Mason Campagna who is going to bat. He is one of the catchers for the Silver Knights. Righty batter backed up with the heater for ball 1. Campagna, a riser to Penn State out of Graysburg, Pennsylvania. So far this summer for Campagna, batting .281. The 1-0 home. That is crushed foul, boy. He yanked it foul. And good thing That was crushed.
Well, I was just about to say he's got some pop in the back. 3 homers.
Yeah.
From Campagna on the year. Boy, did that look like if it was straightened out, it was way gone.
Oh. Have to spot your pitch.
Sure do. It looked like it was in the street behind us.
Still rolling. Hopefully my car's all right. 1-1. Here is the righty pitch home. It is flipped to left field. It's going to get down. The wave at third. The throw coming home is a good one, and it will hold. The tying run at third. What a cannon out there for Taylor Kaufman. Came up throwing to the plate. And Mason Campagna with the pinch hit knock is going to get pinch run for. It is going to be a pinch runner for him. Not sure what number that is. We'll get eyes on that. Right now, Ben Peterson batting. Double play available for Norwich, trying to hold on to their 1-run lead. McGettigan outside 1-0.
First base for Nashua, number 19, Brendan Holmes, Virginia.
It looks like Sean Flannery's warming up for Norwich.
Looks like
Brendan Horn is the pinch runner for Nashua. So now Flannery has to get loose for the Sea Unicorns. There's the big curveball, but it is a pitch timer violation.
It's a balk.
Oh.
That ties the game as well because both runners will advance. And so
I didn't see it.
So when you have to have a fluid motion, right? So when you trip like that, it's considered a stop in your motion. And then when you stop in your motion, that's a clear violation of the balk rule, which brings both runners home.
So the game is now tied. So that leadoff walk does come back to hurt Norwich in the 9th inning. And McGettigan digging in on the rubber. Brendan Horn is in scoring position. It's 1-0 on Peterson. McGettigan set. The pitch home. There's the curveball again, squirts away. And the count moves to 2-0.
Little fun thing you probably didn't know, Brendan Horn's a good friend of mine. I played against him in high school. A lot of speed. One of the most talented guys in the Futures League. Plays at VCU, Virginia Commonwealth. They were in the tournament this year.
They had a really good season. The 2-0. Wave and a miss. Good. Fastball from McGettigan. They caught a lot of the plate, though. And they count 2-1. Alec Warden, former Sea Unicorn, transferred to VCU, and he had a really good season at VCU, transferred from Penn State. The 2-1. That's to the backstop, a wild pitch, and the go-ahead run to third.
Yeah, but Gettigan's upset after that balk call, and you saw it a couple of times when the balk happened. In that time, he was frustrated as all can be before that pitch was thrown, and an unfortunate result. You got to find a way to hone it in because the ball in play here, now the infield is in, could very well be a run.
So how quickly things have turned in the 9th inning. Hitters count for Ben Peterson. He hits in the 9th spot. Leadoff man next, he'll take. And now Norwich will retreat to double play depth. And the Sea Unicorns asking for a call to their bullpen. So that is it for Sean McGettigan. He records just the one out on the bunt. Fielder's choice ground out. New arm, we meet him right after this.
Own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partnership.
Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at cunicorns.milbstore.com. That's cunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long. It is Sean Flannery time here in this ninth inning. The third pitcher being used for Norwich. Flannery entering with a 5.40 ERA. It's his 10th appearance of the summer, 1-2 record. 2 saves as well, 11 2/3 of an inning work. And he is hoping to mop up the mess in front of him. Go ahead run at third for Nashua. It is Brendan Horn over there at third base. Aboard at first is Peterson. A.J. Cobb is the batter coming to the plate. That last outing, you said it, in Worcester. He surrendered 2 runs, and Jackson Powers bailed him out for Norwich to hold on to a 5-4 win. He has plus stuff on his fastball, 94, 95 on it. He has topped out at 93 in the Futures League this summer. Wallingford, Connecticut native, had over 80 strikeouts this spring at Choate. Boy, does he rely on the fastball, but the question mark has been what is after it, and he certainly is looking to answer those questions, but more importantly, keep that runner at third and give Norwich a chance in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, that's the big thing. The double play ball is what you need, really, with this part of the lineup up. Been quiet, just the single by Cobb in the first, and then the double by Toriano in the first as well. Those back-to-back hits are the only ones, however. 2 walks were surrendered to Toriano as well. So these guys have reached 4 times tonight between the pair. It's going to be tough to get them both out. The double play is probably your best bet.
No doubt about that. Peterson on at first with the walk, Horn at third. They're at the corners for Nashua. 2 runs over the last 2 innings. A run in the 8th, 1 in the 9th to tie it. In at third is Park. Powers is holding on the runner, Peterson, and the middle infield also creeping in. Here is Cobb. He's showing bunt. Pulls it back for ball 1. And remember, last time Flannery pitched against Nashua, he allowed a steal of home plate. Certainly a memory he's trying to wash away. And he is trying to hold that runner at third and keep the game where it is. The bunt foul on the first base side behind the plate.
This is quite the strategy. They're doing a safety squeeze.
Yeah.
I don't know why. There's 1 out in the inning. However, you have the top of your lineup up. I wouldn't really understand it if it was the bottom or the middle. I kind of get it, but now I'm lost.
We'll see if they show it again on 1-1. He's not, and snap throw to third. The tag. It's in time. Bryce Miller. Are you kidding me? For the 2nd straight night, a runner advancing to second, but that does not matter. That is a DB Watt field electric play of the game, and the Yale Bulldog goes barking for the 2nd out in the frame.
That is more impressive than I have seen from Miller. He threw out a guy at first base last night. I thought that was great, but to throw behind a runner is unbelievable. Looks like Flannery's
feeding off. How about that
it.
confidence?
Absolutely. It's such a different situation now.
2-2. And Flannery trying to deliver the final strike of the 9th inning. He set the 2-2 home. Taken. Good slider. A lot of bite on it, but it fell off the plate. 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2 indeed. Really surprised Horn got picked off in that situation. A great base runner. One of the best when I was growing up in the state of New Hampshire. Pinkerton Academy product.
Here's the 3-2 home. Outside, he walked him. So Flannery, after getting ahead 1-2, loses the leadoff man. Cobb, he's on, and it's Hunter Troiano's turn.
Interesting situation to put a runner down in the count. In that situation, you're down in the count with a strike when you foul off a bunt, and now you're 2 outs, but still 2 base runners just in different places.
Troiano has walked a couple of times today, the double as well, taking for ball 1. So after that big curveball slotted in, Flannery having difficulty re-engaging with the strike zone behind Troiano 1-0. Aboarded first is Cobb. And in scoring position at second, Peterson on a line. It is snagged by Matt Park, and that very well could save the Norwich night. The Sea Unicorns trying to walk it off when we come back.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
Sean Flannery keeps the ball game tied with some help from his battery mate Bryce Miller. Aaron Forges stays out there for Nashua. As we're in the home half of the ninth inning, it is 4-4, and the Sea Unicorns hoping for a little walk-off magic tonight.
They are indeed. Flannery's night is done, so it'll be interesting if it is advanced to the 10th inning. What arm comes out of the pen? Looks like it's done for sure. He came back with no hat on and all his stuff, so maybe he comes back out there, but he's not really a two-inning guy. Looks like there is an arm that's wandering down there right now.
We'll see what Norwich would opt to do in the 10th inning, but
hopefully we don't get there.
Would imagine they would need another arm, and yes, let's hope the Sea Unicorns have something in store to give Sean Flannery the win in this ball game today.
Give credit to Nashua. They fought the later stage of this game. They could have very well been out of it after those 3 runs were given up in the 7th inning. Run in the 8th, run in the 9th to keep this thing competitive, and they very well could have had 1 or 2 more as well in the 9th inning. Just Horn made a boneheaded mistake at third base.
Let's take a look around the Futures League tonight. 2-0 Vermont winners in 10 innings over the second place New Britain Bees. And the Spinners and Starfires are tied at 4 in the top of the 7th inning.
It's win number 30 for Vermont, isn't it? They're already there.
30-11 through 41 games are the first place Vermont Lake Monsters for Matt Fincher.
We'll see him on Thursday and Friday.
And it should set up to be another good series. Norwich took 2 of 3 from them. Fly ball in the air. Out to left field. It'll stay in the yard. It is put away out there by the left fielder, Connor Smith. 1 gone. Here is Jackson Powers.
I think half the Norwich dugout thought that ball was gone, and the way it's been going tonight, ball's carrying. There's no doubt about it.
Forge missed his spot.
Sure did.
Park got his hands through it, but just underneath it for the first out in the bottom of the 9th. Powers now backed up with ball 1. Powers comes from a athletic family. His dad played Division I college hockey at Boston College. Here's the 1-0. Outside 2-0.
Shout out to the Eagles, by the way. They've been good at hockey, I feel like, for the last 15 years, if
Forever.
not more.
Such a good program, continuing to receive NHL draft picks, many first-rounders. James Hagan's one of the latest. It's 3-0 on Powers.
Walk will be detrimental, of course. And it's interesting, with Pengel next, he might bunt in that situation, as crazy as it sounds.
You still have to treat him like the double leadoff hitter he is. That's his natural role, the 3-0. And Powers was showing bunt, and watch yourself. He's backed away with ball 4. The winning run is on, and it is David Pagel's turn to bat. And following along the script with you, Peter Kablinski comes moving in at third. So it is Pengel batting with Powers on. That is inside 1-0. Do you bunt with Pengel here?
Yeah. And that's where the conversation comes in.
Here is the pitching coach, Spencer Bergeron. He'll pay a visit for his right-hander, Aaron Forges. So it's a big game for Nashua. They are trying to stay above 500 at 19-19. And the Sea Unicorns trying to climb their way back under 500 right now by 5 games, 17-22 through their first 39 contests. Pengel, a guy who has a really crisp swing inside out when he's going right, but you can't forget about his speed. And if you drop a really good bunt down, you know he's going to try and leg it out for an infield hit. A ball that sails the way up the line would create all sorts of chaos. That's why it's important for the corner infielders to be on the same page, the same as the catcher. Everyone from that infield was huddling there. We're ready to go. 1-0 on Pengel. The pitch home, taken down Route 1.
I would actually have a push bunt, and here's why. Kablinski's even with the bag. He's a non-factor. That this is now a pitcher and first baseman situation. To have Cobb over there at second base try to cover first would be interesting.
Pengel not showing bunt and wisely taking for ball 2.
Really interesting situation. I don't know what you do. I don't mind either way. I'll say it like that.
Powers has good speed. He's going to let strike 2 cross the plate. And Pengel is taking the whole way. Seeing every pitch right now. Yet to take the bat off his shoulder. On 2-2 with David Pengel. With the right-hander Forges. His offering home. Swung on and missed. And the slider ate him up. Boy, that has been a nightmare pitch for Pengel, and Forges went right after him with it. 2 outs in the inning. Here's Henry Ayers.
Yeah, the strikeout in the 6th the same way, literally the exact same pitch, same level, and it's good work by the Nashua pitching staff to realize that.
The pitch home. Ayers swats it foul. Do you put Powers in motion into scoring position? You can't run into the 3rd out.
That's right. You can't run into the 3rd out, and good arm back there from Peterson. Got quick pop time as well. You can't do it. I mean, I understand the wanting to have a guy in scoring position, but it's just not a reasonable move.
Powers hopping around, and that's off the end of the bat. And quickly, the Silver Knights right-hander in position to get through a clean 9th inning and force the 10th. That would put a man in scoring position to begin that 10th inning, and that is why, as the visiting team, it's not that run that matters, but the second run that you want. There goes Powers. It's taken for ball 1. Boy, just by a fraction of an inch it missed. And the Sea Unicorns have the winning run in scoring position for Ayers. Trying to deliver with 2 strikes against him. And Norwich hoping for the big swing here. Set up on 1-2, a massive lead. It's taken on the inside corner, and Ayers is looking at strike 3. Colby Reggione does not like the call. He's animated by it, having a conversation with the home plate umpire, and he will not get any of his attention. Extra innings is next, and the Sea Unicorns needing an answer with Sean Flannery back out there trying to hold on to a tie ball game.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
So ball 2 ends the Norwich bottom of the ninth. Ayers was taking it. Colby Reggione, rightfully so, unhappy with the call, but now the onus is on Sean Flannery with the man in scoring position behind him. That would be the batter, Hunter Troiano. He would run. And the batter coming to the plate is Connor Smith. 3, 4, and 5 for Flannery. And this is the teeth of the offense for Nashua. And who else would you want but this man right here, trying to preserve the stalemate. Now, at one point, Norwich led 4-2, run in the 8th and a run in the 9th. At one point, it was 2-0. Nashua and the Unicorns answered with 4 unanswered before the Silver Knights came roaring back to tie it. Flannery's ahead, 0-1 on Connor Smith. He's the left fielder today for Nashua. Flannery from the set position. Bouncing ball, it's past the glove of the third baseman Park into left field. It's the second error committed today at third base. And the go-ahead run now 90 feet away. We'll see what they score it. They haven't given him a hit, though, either. Now they do.
I think it's a hit in that situation. Tough play, top hop, I believe. That's just fine. Matt's been great all day. Give him a break there. But now you deal with Story, who's been awesome. Not today, but throughout the season.
So the Unicorns hoping for Flannery to sort his way out of it. The infield has been brought in. The pitch. Fought off, foul, strike 1.
You got to pitch for the strikeout here. Sean's very good at that. That sinker's going to be used a lot, especially with a left-hander and Story up at the plate. Double play is really going to be hard to be turned. No, he is a step back in case it happens, but Grant is right on the cut of the grass.
0-1 is the count. The pitch, high and away. Change up, missed. Story today has struck out a couple of ground outs and is lined out. It was right at Powers. Favorable matchup for the lefty hitter. There goes the base runner at first, and Miller will let him walk into second.
Huge. It's a massive run, especially with no outs in the inning. Power, bat, and Story. Powers is in this time, so he may not have as much reaction time as he did the last.
Oh, that would also be drilled down the line where that ball was hit. That's popped up, softly hit. Out in left field, Kaufman will grab it. Tagging from third is Troiano. He will score. Throw to third. Into left field. That's going to bring home the insurance run. It's an error from Sean Flannery. And Nashua collects both at 6-4.
I think it was Park, because Park had cut it off. And he just lost it. You'll see here. Good play out there by Kaufman to make a play. Get behind it as best he can. Never was going to get the runner at the plate, so you have to cut it. Looks like Park had cut it, and he just threw it into left field. What could be a game-costing mistake after he made a diving play to save it in the previous inning.
So now the bases are empty, and the stress decreases for the right-hander Flannery, but now damage done. Both runs have scored. 2 errors tonight for Norwich, and they have been costly ones. The latest, it feels like a dagger right now, and Norwich is really going to need something in the bottom of the 10th inning. That second run was the monumental run. You knew you were going to give up the one on the sac fly, but the one via the air, really a painful one, and Flannery nowhere near with ball 3.
Nowhere near, and in the home half of the 10th, it'll be the bottom of the order, Kaufman, Grant, and Miller, who have been good actually down there, with 4 hits between 8 and 9.
There's strike 1. Ball 4.
Ball 4, but it was right down Broadway. It seems like the momentum's changed, and there's no arms in the Norwich pen. And you have to think at this point, are there any even available?
No.
Right? In this situation, you don't want to use one in the 10th inning down a couple of runs.
I have to believe in Flannery to get you a double play ball. Zach Gitcher will come out of the Norwich dugout, and he will summon the infield defense. Boy, the stolen bases again have been an issue tonight for Norwich. All sorts of runs have come because of it. And boy, this game has gotten away from Norwich, and the Sea Unicorns really needing to prevent any further bleeding here. And now there is going to be some action heading out to the bullpen down the right field line. The visit wrapping up. This is another arm that Norwich won't have at their disposal tomorrow in Lowell. The rest of the week has the Vermont Lake Monsters here on Thursday and Friday. On Saturday, Norwich is back at home. They will see the Lowell Spinners and the Starfires on Sunday. Ryan Harrison, on his arrival to the Rose City, is asked to get loose. He is one of the two available arms. And Norwich hoping to not need him here. That's on the outside corner. It's taken for ball one. So Flannery's not going to get any help here in the 10th inning. And at this point, the Sea Unicorns really squeezed with the condensed strike zone. That's all over the outside corner. Snap throw to first in the same spot.
It is, and in this situation, if you're Flannery, you just got to put the ball over the plate. Give your guys a chance to make some defensive plays, and you got to preserve arms. You got to look in the future here.
1-1, the pitch home, fouled back. Good pitch by Flannery. Off balance swing at the plate for the Silver Knights is Mason Wilson. I believe Brendan Horn came out of the ballgame after he pinch ran.
Probably the right move.
Yeah. And then he got picked off at third, and that hurts the confidence. 1-2. Flannery ready to go. Here's the pitch. Boy, what a snag back there by Miller. Overthrew that fastball.
Yeah, Miller's had himself a night, a double, a bunt single, and he's been really good back there calling a good game. The score on the scoreboard is not his fault, of course.
No. 2-2. Flannery takes a peek in. He's ready to go. Here it is. It is down and away. Good. Deceiving pitch. But Wilson, with a disciplined approach, has a full count.
Full count indeed. A walk here might be the end of the line. You just don't want to throw so many bullets out of Flannery's arm at this point in the year.
He only has so many, as does any arm. The 3-2. That's on the outside corner, and I don't know where it missed for ball four. And Zach Gitcher is irate. We'll have to get another look at that outside painted fastball. See if we have some vision on it. Thanks to Nick Deru. There it is. It just missed.
It missed.
It did miss.
Credit to the home plate umpire. I mean, there's a lot of chirping. Gitch is one of those members that is doing it, but it did miss. I think he's made two big calls here.
He has. And this inning will prolong with just one out in it. Here is Phoenix Williams. Popped him up. And this is playable. Calling for it is Bryce Miller. 2 outs. And the Sea Unicorns an out away from getting through it. And desperately needing to get into the bottom of the 10th inning in short order. Here's the right fielder, Robbie Grasso.
Grasso so far today went 6-3, so ground out to shortstop in the second, struck out in the fourth, grounded out again the shortstop in the sixth, and singled back in the ninth inning.
2 on, 2 outs, wave and a miss. Good pitch, maybe the best of the night from Flannery on that wipeout slider, and it just broke off the chain. Flannery looking to keep it working here on 0-1. That's topped foul for strike 2. This is what Norwich has really been needing. Yes, you're trail by 2, but the emotion and the edge, the belief in your mechanics and your stuff to get you out just have to live in the zone. The Sea Unicorns have racked up the free passes, and it has haunted them tonight. The 0-2, that's way outside. No chance for Miller. Everyone will advance on the wild pitch.
You got to compose here if you're Flannery. This is a spot for a young man that has been really good, and a lot of success has come so far here in the Futures League. But at the collegiate level, there's going to be a lot of situations like this. High pressure, high stakes, and especially where he's going, one of the best schools in the Big East.
UConn continuing to turn out MLB prospects. The 1-2 from Flannery is hooked foul. And we will continue this battle between the batter Mason Campagna and Flannery. Norwich trying to end the 10th inning for Nashua. The 1-2 in the air. Shallow center field. Pangle's coming on. Breeze is underneath it, and the 10th is over, but a couple of runs score on the sac fly and the air by the Norwich third baseman. The Sea Unicorns need a rally. We'll find out in the bottom of the 10th when we come back.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
Go to the bottom of the 10th inning, and Norwich trying to rock the house and the boat here. They trail by 2. Boy, our data powered by TrackMan has been good for Norwich, but the calls have not benefited them, and tonight the Sea Unicorns are going to have to dig a little deeper if they want the comeback, dramatic walk-off answer in the bottom of the 10th.
They sure do. Kaufman will start. It'll be Carter, Grand, and Miller. 8 and 9, Grand and Miller have reached a total of 5 times tonight. They've been awesome down there. Henry Ayers will be the ghost runner at second base, so good speed out there to get the 1 run. However, chasing 2.
Well, the key for Nashua is strikes from forges. You can't walk guys, and you have to make Norwich earn it. And that is what has plagued the Sea Unicorns throughout the night, the free passes, and they have racked up, and the Silver Knights have cashed them in. Norwich trying to return the medicine in the bottom of the 10th. It is Taylor Kaufman. He's followed by Carter Grand and Bryce Miller. 7, 8, and 9. There's ball 1.
Ball 1 indeed. It'd be interesting to see if anybody in the bottom of this lineup is used as in a pinch hitter role. There's a couple lefties down there. Treat being one of them.
Everyone engaged from both dugouts. That is lifted up the middle. It'll get down. It's a base hit. Station to station, they're at the corners. It is Taylor Kaufman who floats it up the middle, and the Sea Unicorns have the tying man on.
Sure, it looks like CJ Nolan's going to run for Kaufman at first base. Good move there, and which means the runner's probably going to be in motion at some point.
Good call by you. CJ Nolan, you have to use him in this spot. Game calls for it. And Zach Gitcher pulls the door, and he lets him go to the first base bag. Taylor Kaufman, job done. Give him the green check. You have to go step by step. Here is the Fairfield Stag, Carter Grand. And the Sea Unicorns trying to pick up the intensity. Playing back off the lift is Kablinski. And holding on the base runner is the first baseman, Story. It is in the hands of Grant. Double play is available, and that is the depth for the Nashua middle infield.
So any fly ball in the outfield, that's going to be thrown into second base. They're not even going to try at home to not allow C.J. Nolan to advance.
Here's the pitch. Curveball taken for ball 1.
That good energy downstairs. Something we haven't seen in a lot of parts of this year, being down, but in the 10th inning, it's really done a good job that Norwich team has.
Forges back out in his second inning of work, and a huge cut there for strike 2, and not the swing that has been the successful one for Grant this summer. He really got big.
Simplify, that's the only thing.
They're at the corners for Norwich after the leadoff knock from Kaufman. Ayers at third. It is popped up on the infield dirt. Underneath it is Story, 1 out.
It's just an unproductive out. It's obviously with 2 strikes, you have to be aggressive. And now, interesting situation. You'll put the infielders at double play depth. You got to think about running with C.J. Nolan to give yourself the best chance. You might bunt, but Miller's not the fastest. You don't want to put yourself with 2 outs and only 1 chance. That's the only reason I say no. But you want to get out of the double. It's a really tough situation. I bet C.J. moves here in the first couple pitches.
Bryce Miller trying to ignite it. Here he's swinging up for the fence, strike 1.
You got to be simple, right? Find a way to just put it the other way. You got to tunnel in and middle away. You don't want to get beat. You don't want to look at the things that are up top either, because that has been Miller's kryptonite.
Noe waits on deck. That is popped up for strike 2. And all of a sudden, Aaron Forges has been a strike machine in the bottom of the 10th. He allowed the leadoff single. That'll move Ayers to third. And now, in a 2-strike count, is Miller, who has a double today. Another one here would produce a run. That's taken. The throw going to second, and that baseball cannot be corralled. Down by the way of the K is Miller. Norwich has them at second and third, but a hit from Noe could tie the game. You know Colby Region has to send that man from second. But that was all over the zone. That is a strike from Forges, and he's controlling the controllables, delivering strikes. And Miller did not swing at that pitch, maybe distracted by the base runner going. The pitch, outside, ball 1. Now it is the top of the order.
It's an interesting strategy. You don't want to put the winning run on. That's the only reason you don't walk him in this situation. This is a tough battle. I might take my chances and walk him.
Here's the 1-0. That's down Main Street.
I should be quiet. I think that's my big thing. Me talking the last week, I think, has jinxed everyone, included.
Well, you don't want to swing away too early in the count. Want to make sure you give yourself that chance. Noe trying to deliver. The 1-1 taken down low. 2-1. It was at the knees. Check that at the shoestrings. My apologies. 2-1 with my description. Try to be accurate. There is plenty of energy on the Norwich dugout. The 2-1 is back up the middle. It's a base hit. Picked up at short, throw to first. Maybe it gets away. Breaking for the plate, and the ball game is tied. Kenny Noe delivers on a wild throw by the shortstop. It is 6-6 in the bottom of the 10th.
Looks like they give Kenny third base because of the throw. What a crazy play here to tie this ball game. The shortstop, Triano, just couldn't pick it. It would have been an out at first base if Story could find a way. And now there's a troublesome situation.
We have a change in the bottom of the 10th. Kenny Noe with an infield single, and then the throwing error from the shortstop. Hunter Troiano, and Norwich has fought back to tie it. And this game is not done yet. Take a break, and we will step aside. Three years ago. Sea Unicorns baseball is finally back at Dodd Stadium, and the summer of 2026 ready to go at Dodd Stadium here tonight. He's swinging away. It's a fair ball down the third baseline. It'll easily score. Noe, here comes Ayers. He'll race around and score. Norwich has made it a 10-1 ball game. Calandrelli wants it inside the pitch home. Take it on the outside corner. Say goodnight to the Starfires. It's win number 1 of the summer of 2026. He lifts this in the air out to right field. It is moving back at the wall. It is gone. Kenny Noe clears the deck out in right field. A first inning 3-run blast. Waved out and missed for strike 3. On 2-2, there goes the base runner. It is lined right to the shortstop. Kenny Noe leaps up and snags it in midair. Matt Tabbitt make it 2 scoreless frames tonight. 16 overall in the summer. Maltesio with a good secondary lead over there in scoring position. He's not going. That is hooked over the head of the third baseman. Hoover, it'll give Norwich the lead. It's an RBI knock for Kenny Noe. Gets it done. Ready to work on 1-2. It is taken for strike 3. Got him with a big curveball. Say goodnight to the Lake Monsters. Norwich wraps it up, a 7-3 win. That has been his swing this. TJ Bayer digs in. It is a right-hander in the game for Nashua, number 25. He is not listed on our roster sheet, which, oh, by the way, should not be allowed by Futures League rules. We play on. Bayer is caught. Up top, boy, it just missed him. And the banter continuing from both dugouts. And Ben Peterson with the word for the new arm in the ballgame. Try and settle him down. That is 25. And he is not listed on the Silver Knights roster page. Oh, there is an inaccuracy on it. Either way, Norwich trying to deliver the final blow tonight and spot their first win against the Silver Knights. It would be a huge one to bolster the group. Waiting on 1-0 for Bayer. The pitch up top, 2-0. All sorts of emotions right now for the Silver Knights right-hander. Trying to weather the storm. Norwich with 2 more much-needed runs to fight back to equilibrium. On 2-0, it is popped up into the seats and out of play. 2-1. So every pitch, the intensity ratchets up. That baseball drops down below us. Boy, a win here tonight would go a tremendous way. Norwich needing it in the worst way possible. In the hands of Bayer. Little slow roller. It's going to be a tough play. Say goodnight to the Silver Knights. TJ Bayer walks it off on an infield drizzler up the third baseline. 7-6 is the final score. So the Sea Unicorns offer the knockout punch tonight. TJ Bayer, it didn't go very far. It didn't need to. And the Sea Unicorns cap off a thriller tonight. 7-6 in the Rose City drama at Dodd, and the Sea Unicorns find a way and get the job done. It's win number 18 of the summer, and for the first time in 2026, they take down the Nashua Silver Knights. Logan Rundy is downstairs, as always. He is with the walk-off hero tonight. TJ Bayer finds a way to put a ball in play. And Kenny Noe, who else would you want to have come home and score the winning run? Boy, it took some kind of effort tonight. Plenty of lead changes. Up and down we went. And Norwich finds a way in the bottom of the 10th. Strike for 3 runs. And TJ Bayer delivers the knockout punch. He's waiting downstairs, and as always, our on-field team reporter, Logan Rundy, let's send it down to you.
Thanks, guys. 7-6 is your final. What a way to come back after yesterday, not able to get the job done. Big seventh inning, able to climb back in this game, take a lead. Nashua punches back once again. All over the place. Kenny Noe runs out. An infield ground ball. That was a good play over at shortstop by Triolo and gives you the opportunity. What was your approach in that at-bat?
Didn't exactly go the way I wanted to, but executed eventually. Just looking for a heater over the middle of the plate. Just trying to stay loose, just hit it hard, and it ended up working out. Didn't necessarily hit it all that hard, but worked out for the boys.
Stay loose. Indeed, that's the big thing in those situations. You're facing the guy on the mound that throws really good stuff, especially stuff that's going to go towards you for this group. They're going to go back on the road tomorrow, but then you're here for 4 straight on the weekend. What does this mean to this organization?
It's huge. We really needed this one tonight. Nashua's a good team. They've had our number, but it's huge. It's huge. Big win.
Big win for the program. They'll go on the road to see Lowell tomorrow, then back home for 4 straight this weekend. What a win. Adam, back to you.
How about it? 7-6 is the final line tonight in Norwich. Somehow, some way, they win it. Thanks to the helping hands of TJ Bayer with Kenny Noe crossing the plate, and Norwich in 10, 7-6 tonight. Our Unicorns postgame wrap up, a fun one right after this.
Huge shout out to Bacchus Hospital for partnering with Griswold Middle School to give 8th grade students an unforgettable hands-on experience through Dare to Care. Students explored the critical care unit, emergency department, Lifestar helicopter, and American ambulance while taking part in interactive safety activities like impairment goggles and stop the bleed training. These real-world lessons are helping empower our youth to make safe, healthy decisions and learn valuable life-saving skills. From all of us at Griswold Pride, thank you to the doctors, nurses, first responders, and staff who made this incredible day possible. Together, we're building a safer and stronger community.
Jewett City Savings Bank gives you 2 ways to pay for purchases, while also keeping your accounts and your money secure. Use our contactless debit card or add the card to the mobile wallet on your phone. Both give you a fast, safe, and easy way to check out. To learn more, stop by one of our offices in Eastern Connecticut or visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
Very nice. Surrenders the single and then the RBI double. And boy, you thought the Silver Knights offense was here to roar tonight. And Jacob Strake right after that retired 12 in a row. And boy, did he settle in.
He really did settle in, and he was huge for this group in the end. If he doesn't have a start of length like he did, that bullpen was on his last arm, essentially.
Yes.
finding a way to just get that extra pitch, the extra inning, and the extra outs was just so big for this group. Tomorrow is going to be quite the challenge with frankly, a depleted bullpen, but we'll see exactly how it goes. But you got to enjoy this.
Yeah, you have to enjoy this one here tonight. So much fight displayed here today. Norwich went down 2-0, and then all of a sudden just started to scratch and claw their way back.
They did, and a really big 7th inning was helpful. 3 runs, the leadoff double by Grand, and then the train was rolling from there, and it's just an inning that we haven't seen in a while. It usually has been against the Sea Unicorns this year. Really cool to see it on our end.
Yeah, no doubt about that, but was far from over at that point. Maybe the night was just beginning. The Silver Knights a run in the 8th, one more in the 9th inning, and boy, they could have had more in both of those innings. Bryce Miller, huge throw out of Brendan Horn at third, helped slow down that bleeding in the inning. And the arms Norwich had to use, they had to go through a village tonight to try and get the job done, and it took everybody, and I think you can hang your cap on that, because that's the type of energy you're going to need to win these close games.
And it's the type of wins you're going to have that you're going to remember, number one. And number two, when you get in the situation again, whenever that is, you're going to remember, okay, we battled. We were down 2 in the home half of the 10th inning at our place. We really didn't hit the ball too hard, with the exception of a couple runners in the first couple batters of the inning. And then after that, it was not much. Kenny Noe hit a ball up the middle that Triolo just couldn't make the throw on, and then you go with TJ Bayer to win the game. He hit it about 15 feet, and that was it.
How about the debut, Kevin Penny? He gave Norwich length out of their bullpen, the left-hander. I thought he was really good. I thought his changeup was exceptional. Changed pace, but more importantly, he lived in the strike zone today.
He did, and when he didn't inherit runners from Schrag, it was great. You know, having some clean innings to work with, being able to settle down. He looked really comfortable.
He did, and he was a big part of this victory today. Not everyone had their best stuff, but they got outs by committee tonight. And out here from McGettigan, and out there from Hutchinson. A few outs from Sean Flannery in the final inning. But the defense tonight, yes, you commit 2 errors, but they also made some really tough plays behind the pitching staff.
Yeah, Matt Park made a great play diving to his throwing side, and Jackson Powers probably made the play of the game. That ball that was hit by Smith could have been the decider. It could have been 2 runs, and we don't even get into the position we're currently in. Huge defensive play tonight, and the errors, sure, they're going to come with it. It was a lot of pressure. Park made one of them with the throwing error. I don't look at that as a negative.
No. Let's go into the 10th inning tonight. That's where a lot of the action happened. The sac fly turned into 2 runs for this Nashua group. Maybe a little panic button throwing that baseball over to third. How do you learn from some of those experiences? Sure, you get the run back and you find a way tonight, but maybe down the line, a run like that could have been the difference.
It could have been the difference for sure, and it almost was. When you're Matt Park in that situation, you don't necessarily want to hold the ball, but if you're going to throw, just keep it light. It was just kind of fired over there to the pitcher that was covering at the time, and we just couldn't be able to get a glove on it, and that was it. It was that simple, and to find a way to maybe hone that energy, of course, it's the 10th inning, and you're trying to save a run. But again, you have to know the situation, and 2 runs essentially wins the game. 1 run really isn't that hurtful.
Let's go into the bottom of the 10th inning, because that is where Norwich gets the job done, and it all happened with 2 outs in the inning. Kenny Noe, this is why you run hard, my friends, because Hunter Troiano throws that away. Tough play over there for Story, and then C.J. Nolan comes home to score, as does the other runner breaking to the plate. Pick up my box score here tonight. Boy, it was a messy box score here today, but that was, I believe, Carter Grand as well. I can't remember who's.
I believe it was the ghost runner time. It was Ayers that came around first.
Ayers and then Nolan.
Yeah,
there we go.
Nolan was pinched after Kaufman had the single.
Yes,
Nolan would come into the
right.
game.
And then the big one tonight, Kenny Noe. Kenny, yes, because it was a lot of good things from him with the glove. But how about this one? Keeping this ball game going. Draws the walk, and then T.J. Bayer, little fizzler up the third base line, and the party was on tonight.
The party was on, and the guys are really excited, as you should be. This is a huge win for this group, and you lose this game, you're 0-2 to start the homestand.
3 in a row.
Right, 3 in a row. And then you drop 6 games under 500.
Yeah.
Now you're 4 under 500. That's it. So that's very feasible. And you gain a game on Nashua as well.
take our first time out here on the Sea Unicorns post-game wrap-up. On the other side, we'll let you know who the Capital Property Group player of the game is. Okay, you're ready for baseball in Lowell tomorrow night. 7 o'clock first pitch. Take a break. We'll wrap it up on the other side.
Own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partner.
Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at cunicorns.milbstore.com. That's cunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
It's the Sea Unicorns post-game wrap-up, a fun one tonight. We can celebrate, and boy, you can take that deep breath because Norwich gets the job done tonight. Win number 18 of the summer, 4 games back at 500, and they finally beat the Nashua Silver Knights this summer. If there's a will, there is certainly a way. And how about the Southpaw? His debut tonight, your Capital Property Group player of the game out of Ramapo College, New Jersey native. Boy, I tell you, the garden is green right now for the left-hander, Kevin Penny. Most importantly, it's a taxed bullpen. He was a fresh arm, and he delivered.
Kevin Penny was awesome all night, right? Gave you some length out of the bullpen. It's going to save you later in the week to have a debut and to come in with runners on and minimize damage. Only the one run that scored. It wouldn't be his run. It'd be Schraig's, and then it'd be perfect, essentially, for the rest of the night. It was unbelievable.
Winning totals tonight for the Sea Unicorns. 7 runs on 8 hits, the 2 errors. And for Nashua, 6 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors as well. The winning pitcher, Sean Flannery. The loss to Martino. And this ball game taking 3 hours and 14 minutes. The Sea Unicorns head out to LaLashler Park tomorrow, back to the Mill City, hunting their first win in Lowell, Massachusetts this summer. They send the right-hander, Eric Mathewson, and boy, was he good his last time out.
Yeah, he took the second game of the doubleheader against Worcester last week. He was excellent. Gave you 5 innings, 8 strikeouts. You need another performance in a place you haven't played well all year.
Our first pitch is 7 o'clock tomorrow. You can tune into our audio-only coverage, 6:45. The pregame show gets underway. That's going to wrap up our show tonight. TJ Bayer delivers the winning knock tonight. Kenny Noe comes home to score, and it was a party tonight at Dodd Stadium. Sea Unicorns pick up win number 18, now 18-22 through their first 40 ball games, and the loss to Martino and the Silver Knights, 19-20 overall. We'll talk to all of you tomorrow night, 6:45 pregame coverage. First pitch, 7 o'clock from the Mill City. For all of our broadcast crew here tonight, Nick DeRue, our broadcast producer and engineer, Evan Olenson and Mark Benway on the cameras. My broadcast partner, as always, Logan Rundy. I'm Adam Plager saying good night from Dodd Stadium.
Own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches.